Subscribe now. Subscribe now.
Yes, guys, big up to everyone who's joining me right now. Welcome to the show. And Liverpool Football Club have actually bought a midfielder, well, a loan, but we've got a midfielder in after Melo. It's not the player a lot of people wanted, but it is a player into the club, and it can only be a good thing, guys. It can only be a good thing. It's a player in our club, but we definitely needed. Actually like Arthur Melo. He's a very good footballer. A lot of people were down on this transfer. I'm not quite sure why. Arthur Melo is an upgrade on everyone in our midfield apart from Fabinho, Thiago, and Harvey Elliott. Apart from that, it's an upgrade on absolutely everyone in the midfield three. He's a good signing. Probably a desperation signing, no doubt about it. Probably a desperation signing, but we're going to talk about it, guys. I'm going to hopefully get some people on as well, and we can chat about it because, it's a signing we desperately needed. Let's put it that way. Obviously, people are wanting Frankie de Jong and all these kind of players. Obviously, there's talk about what's his name? Douglas Luiz, is it? Aston Villa. He looks like he's on his way to Arsenal. Not much we can do about that. Yeah, he looks like a decent player. Let's get what you guys say in the chat. Clop End, I don't know much about this guy. Any of you have feedback? We'll get to it. My friend. We'll get to it. Hang on 1 second, guys. Just let you know I am still here. Let's get Savage on as well. You all right, my man?
Can you hear me first?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Big up, bro. Yeah, I'm good, man.
Big up, John Conway. Cav, if you're available, you can come. Stubbsy, I know you're busy at the moment. Pat Man, very interesting signing. Aaron, big up to you. I don't care what people say. I'm happy with it. Exactly. Paul, the only positive, it's better than Sanderberg. Jesus. Big up 6 times. Gabriel, big up. Yeah, everyone in chat. A club that needs goals and creativity from midfield, signing centre mid with 1 goal, 1 assist in the last 2 years. Makes the stinker of a deal. Who says we need a midfielder that scores goals? I've told everyone I can't keep telling everyone now. That's not what Jurgen Klopp wants.
Yeah, Jamie, I think he wasn't available at the time, but I did a video, one of the live streams, and I knew what I was talking about when it comes to the midfield, man, and I brought down all the stats and stuff like that, and you're 100% right, bro. Like, I understand from Patman's point of view, he's a rival fan. It's not as... Of course, he probably still watches us and that, but not seeing that's not how our club works, man. So, it's to you might be a stinker in saying, oh, this person's not going to score goals and all that, but you would argue that you can go through our team, and a lot of them are superstars now, but wasn't in the first place. And we wasn't around for when we signed on YouTube. We wasn't around on YouTube when we signed a lot of the players in that. And I can imagine if the meltdown's happening now with certain players, I can imagine that when we signed flipping Robbo and that people were smashing TV screens and stuff because they would have just seen 2 mil from whole city and all this business. And look, man, they know what they're doing on it. So yeah, very interesting. And obviously it's a loan in it. So
yeah, it's a loan, no option to buy, just a normal
hmm.
everyday loan, which is
smart
a
business.
surprising one because we don't usually do loan deals, do we? So it is a different one.
I will say to you, Jay, I think the loan is that. I think that loan is based on Henderson more than what we were doing in the first place. So obviously we was already looking. Klopp made that apparent. We're knowing that's been for the last week or so. Then Henderson getting injured adds a little bit more to wanting to get somebody in quick time to you know what I mean. So I don't know if we get to the. I mean, we don't know, and if we get to the end of the night and sign somebody else, then everything makes sense because it means that the midfield that was going for what was trying to get before the window closed, we've got that person, and then we've got another one on top to replace Henderson. If not, then they've obviously had a short list of midfielders and stuff like that who fits what they want to do, and they've probably got reservations just based on not the talent of the player, but the amount of games he's played over the last however long and stuff like that, which hasn't been down to injuries. He just hasn't been playing. I don't think it fits the style. Same thing happened at Bayern Munich. I mean, at Barcelona as well. It's not a problem. It happens. So it's almost like an audition, isn't it? It's like, hold on a minute. He comes in. If he does the job for us, incredible for us because, then we get to the next transfer window and then, the next summer transfer window, we get to do what we were going to do because clearly they've still got somebody in mind that they want. You know what I mean? So it's not the kind of stopgap that Liverpool fans run about before. So anyone trying to say that this is a stop, it's not really, is it? Because we ain't brought him. If we brought him straight off, then you could say, yeah, it doesn't seem to make sense to you because it seems like it's come out of the blue. But let's be honest, man. Everything comes out of the blue with Liverpool. Everyone likes to pretend that they know everything, but like these names always just pop up, and then all of a sudden we're getting this player. Look how many names have we gone through this transfer window?
I think every single player in Europe probably,
Yeah, and it's like a lot of fans can't just take what's going on and like, you know what I mean? It's weird. Everyone is just interested in being the person who said, I told you we was going to get this person, and it doesn't benefit you. You don't get a trophy at the end for guessing who we were going to get. Either way, we're all Liverpool fans. The person's going to play for our club. But it seems that that's all everyone's interested in. And then every time the club are linked to somebody who it seems like the club actually want to do something with, it's either half the fan base are pretending like half the fan base are, I watch him all the time. I was interested in this guy when you never mentioned him in the first time. Or just because you don't like him or you're not interested, people get snobby about it. In the last 24 hours, the amount of people I heard go from Douglas Luiz's shit to why can't we just sign Douglas Luiz? And I'm like, hold on. I literally watched all of you say that he was shit and that he's a bit part player at Villa.
He's not. He's a very good footballer.
He's not shit at all, bro.
No, he's a very
good
footballer.
I literally watched I ain't calling anyone's name in it, but I literally watch people. I see if you go on Twitter, their tweets and that still there. This kid's just shit. He can't even get to the Villa's team. Blah blah blah. 12 hours go by. I really like that Douglas Luiz. I watch him a lot, and I think he can fit into our squad. I'm like, one thing I will say is, who scores back-to-back corners, bro?
Yeah, did he score last night from a corner as well?
He scored last night from a corner. Yeah. He scored against Bolton in the corner.
He's a talent. He's a talented
and he's meaning to do it as well. He keeps doing it. It's weird. But he's not a player anymore.
That's why he's going to Arsenal because Mikel Arteta knew him from his Man City days.
Man City, yeah.
So he knows what he's about. So it's a good bit of business for Arsenal. But Arsenal got midfield injuries like us now, ain't they? That's why they're going into the market. But
Party wasn't it anyway, man. So they needed to do something. Now.
Yeah, I think Douglas Luiz is a good player. But I think Arthur Melo. I watched Arthur at Barcelona. I thought he was a very good footballer. I remember Liverpool fans saying when he was at Barcelona, why can't we sign a midfielder like him?
That's why when you came into the chat earlier, I was glad. If you look at my messages, I was the one who was like, "Hold on, calm down. Why is everyone just acting like he's a bum?" And that,
he's not a bum. He's a very talented footballer, and he's got a lot. The abilities he's got suits what Klopp wants to play. His system. He's very good at retention of possession, a bit like Genie was. And everyone's saying he's Gabby very much that Genie kind of player.
Yeah,
now the only thing is, obviously, he's had injuries. But I looked at his injury record. He has had injuries. None of them are really long injuries.
No, about 70% of them are all like 1 day injuries.
Yeah, 1 day, 6 days, 4 days. They're not like 8, 10, 12, 15, 16 weeks or anything like that. I think the most he was out for was 20 weeks, and that was it.
But that was big. Yeah, and that's because he got injured. I know the injury because I remember he got injured. They brought him back. And then, when you choose to have a surgery, it's like, if you have this surgery now, it's going to stop you getting this recurring injury. And then he chose to have the surgery. But the only thing I'm pissed about Douglas Luiz, man, I was hoping that, you know what I'm saying? Mrs. coming to Anfield and that, bro. But can't his Mrs. still come join the Liverpool ladies and that, and then he can stay?
Awesome. Yeah, he can stay there.
She's at the top level, man. Look at Savage Gavin. Come on.
There you go, Cav. How you doing, mate? How you doing?
I'm not gonna lie. For a minute, I didn't realise you put me in the stream. I don't think I did anything wrong, so I'll be all right. Yeah, I'm very well. I'm probably one of the calmer fans at the minute. I've entered a few Twitter spaces.
I think it's just us three. I think it's just us,
Yeah, there's some people shouting down phones and mics and all sorts today, which is baffling because it's only the final day. Where's all the anger been? We've been in the transfer market for months.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just everyone's so angry today, and we've signed someone or it's a loan, but we've brought someone in. I don't get it. And the other thing I don't get is I'm in agreement with this. Don't get me wrong, but we announced we're not even announced it, but this Arthur on loan, and then everyone's but he's just one person in. He's not the main guy. We're gonna get someone else. You're like, well, wait a minute. Yesterday we were just after one. Everyone be happy with one.
Yeah, no.
Everyone wants a million of them. Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of talk about obviously Douglas Luiz, and we're apparently definitely in there, but. I think Arsenal beat everyone to it.
I've got Thingy on next to me now. Sky Sports literally just mentioned that Liverpool still, but it looks like the Arsenal one makes sense for him, to be fair.
So, I mean, it did look like we wanted to get 2 in, but, it's just not happening. But, yeah, I like Arthur. I watched him at Barcelona. Good footballer. He keeps possession very well. He keeps the ball going. He's very forward-thinking. He's very good at regaining possession as well out of ball. That's what he's good at. That's his skill set.
He's very tidy.
Yeah, he's a tidy passer of the football. He's a very good player. He's not exceptional or anything like that, or amazing or at this well, but he's a very decent.
He can't to me, bro. And people might say I'm wrong, and I watched him a bit. The most was at Barcelona, though, to be honest.
Your wire.
No. Not talent wise as such. I'm not comparing them like that. But the way De Jong plays football is what he reminds me of, bro. And obviously they're both playing Barcelona, but he's quick, on the turn, less forward thinking straight away. He's good at winning the ball back. I like that, man. Recycling play in and out, bro. Our midfielder has been over the years the industrial machine. We need to keep stuff going. That's the reason why Genie was so good. To be fair to Genie, I could understand if he had some kind of frustration on the way he would have to play. I could understand it because he's quite attacking. In any other team he plays for, Newcastle, Netherlands, he's quite attacking. But the job he did, was pretty amazing. The only thing I had with Genie is every now and again he'd go missing in a game, but that is what we've got there with this guy, and hopefully, it's an audition for him. If he does great for a season and we choose to buy him, we can. If not, he can still have a good season and we can still say you've had a great season, but we're not gonna buy you because we've got somebody who we're in mind of buying, and we need to spend all the money on that person. Which the amount of times I've heard these lots mention the right player, and I'm not against say when people keep going, I don't understand why Klopp keeps saying that. I'm like, that's what he's done with every other player he's brought. Like we as much as we've got money, we can't afford to throw money away. Like I've seen Man City buy right backs and left backs for years, have them for one season. It's like, oh, it's not working. It's not working. So and then they just move on to the next one. That's why they could afford to pay money. Like I don't know.
Right back, guys. Savage Icky game.
Like yeah. People like Ake and that who've been on the bench most of the time for however long. 50 mil. Oh, it's not working. We'll get another one in. We'll get Diaz in. Liverpool can't afford to do that. And the players that we have done it with them brought players, and then they've been good for us. They've just not lived up to whatever they thought. Mate, it's like 7 mil on Minamino. Well, great. He wins us the FA Cup and League Cup. 7 mil. We sell him for more. That is like the perfect thing for FSG right there. I guess for Klopp, he probably wanted to keep him around and that, but yeah, man, I'm not mad at it, bro. And it's shaping up to be. I know how our season looks at the moment, but because everyone's apart from Arsenal, everyone's dropped points already so far, in some kind of way. I'm sure they will sooner or later. They've got Man U on the weekend, which should be interesting. This could end up being one of the most exciting football seasons, especially if you're a neutral or you're just in and around it, ever, bro. Because it could be that like the title race, not right at the end, but leading up to it, there could be quite a few teams that it seems. I don't think the points tally's going to be as high on it. It's going to be around like 87 points, 89 points, and I think there's going to be involved in it. And looking at the transfers, the Aubameyang one, Sky Sports are saying that the deal's done in principle for Chelsea, which is a dope signing for them. Man U's won and bought Anthony. No one knows. It's the bit of the unknown. But all I'm saying to people is they're going to have Anthony and Sancho on either side of the pitch, bro. It's a problem. Everyone can pretend that they're shit just because they play for Man U. They're not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and look, if
top goal scorer already, just have to forget about it. Just give it up already, bro.
I think you're right about the points tally because, like, part of the reason that the winning league team has achieved 90 plus is because both Man City and Liverpool pushed each other. And to be honest, you could kind of see if that's kind of the only way that you get a 90 plus season again is if Liverpool are actually in the race, because I don't think any other team other than Man City are capable of it. And if Liverpool aren't there competing, they'll just rotate towards the end and concentrate on the Champions League. So they'll probably end up in the high 80s. But I suppose it doesn't really matter if you win the league, does it? But yeah, it's the thing with the Arthur signing, just going back to that, he's not going to lie. For me, just trying to think about the type of player he is and what he will do at Liverpool for this season, I don't think he's necessarily going to like pull up trees. Like, we're not going to look at him and think he's like incredible, but he is a steady midfielder. Like, you've touched upon him being quite press resistant. He is, but he just plays simple passes. He just retains the ball really well. And
knee control him.
Yeah, and one of the criticisms, just I was doing some research on him this morning, one of the criticisms was maybe he was a little bit too conservative when he was playing last for Juve.
Barcelona as well.
And he actually, the fans wanted him to actually play more progressive football because his passing range is actually really good, but he just seemed a bit reluctant to play long balls or forward passes. But like he's probably a sensible player to get in, because if you look at this season and then the games that you could argue cost us last season, it's where we actually lost control. You know, if you think back to Brentford and Brighton and stuff, I'd have liked to have had a simple midfielder in there that just kept the ball, just played short passes and just helped us keep hold of the ball and control the game. So if he can come in and offer that, if he can stay fit and be available all the time and give us like a 7 out of 10 performance every time he plays, nothing spectacular, but just keeps the ball, retains it, gives it to the men in front of him or out wide to go and do their stuff, then he's a good loan. He's a good loan option to get.
I agree. And let's be honest, bro. Yeah, our midfield hasn't been anything spectacular anyway.
Our midfield has never been world class.
No,
we've never ever under Jurgen Klopp had a world class midfield. The only world-class midfielder I can think of in the Premier League era was under Rafa Benitez when we had Mascherano, Alonso and Gerrard. Now, that's ridiculous. And we won nothing. We won the Premier League. We're playing the same midfielders in James Milner, Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, Gini Wijnaldum and Naby Keita.
It's to facilitate the foot.
They were the players that continuously played. And everyone keeps telling me we're missing a Gini player. We're missing a Gini player.
Yeah.
Arthur is a Gini player.
Bro.
He's a player that will retain possession. He will win possession back and he will give it easy. Now, everyone keeps telling me that is what we've missed. That is what we've missed. We've gone and got that. Arguably, also, he's probably our third best midfielder in talent-wise in this squad right now. He's an upgrade on Hendo. He's an upgrade on Milner. The only two players I would say are arguably better than him are Thiago and Fabinho. So he comes in straight away, arguably the third technically best midfielder.
Yeah, it's not. You're right, Jay. It's not arguable. He's the third.
I mean, so it's an upgrade, even if it's a desperation buy and it's a loan, and it goes against everything Klopp and club have been saying for the last few days. I get that, but if we look at it as a player, he's very good. Now, he didn't suit for the reason he's not playing for Juventus because he doesn't suit Juventus' way of football. Juventus like to play defensive-minded, crap, boring football, and it don't suit his game under the manager there. He likes to play possession-based football. And what do we play? Possession-based football.
If you've got him and at any point when him and Thiago's playing at the same time, bro, good luck them trying to get the ball off us, bro. That's when the control comes in, because obviously people try to use that as a criticism against Curtis Jones, but that's because they threw him on in weird games where there was a low block and stuff like that. But you've seen, man, you've seen like games against Man U, games against Fulham, when we needed to slow the flipping game down, take the sting out of it, keep the ball. Yeah, them games are perfect, man. But
and he's at a good age. I think he's 26.
26,
He's come from Barcelona, and his time at Barcelona played and around some superstars and got a good coach in there. He's played for Juve. He's played Champions League. He comes in as
20 Brazilian international caps. He's a
internationally as
footballer.
well.
He's a decent footballer, and he wants to go to the World Cup. So he wants to play.
Well, that's a good point, actually, Jamie. That's probably why
that's the reason why he's decided.
He's jumped. Apparently, I don't know how true this is, but when the option of Liverpool was brought to him, he kind of snapped the guy's hand.
Yeah, trust me.
He mentioned Liverpool a few years back when he was playing for Barcelona, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of the top teams in Europe with the best stadium in Europe in European nights and that. And he was just saying I would love to play there one day. And now he's getting in. Someone told him late last night, by the way, Liverpool want you on loan. And he packing his bags as he was on the phone. The man couldn't wait.
Yeah, because when we battered him, he was on the bench.
Yeah. He's going to be. You can have a midfield of Thiago, Fabinho, and Arthur. That's a very Brazilian midfield. 3 Brazilians. I know Thiago's Spanish. The man's Brazilian.
Yeah, Brazilian, bro. His dad's a Brazilian legend, bro. So
the man's Brazilian. I know he's born in Italy and he's Spanish international, but the man's Brazilian. That is a Samba midfield.
There's loads of South Americans in our squad now, bro.
Yeah. He's going to feel right at home. I think it's a good buy. I think it's a good bit of business. I'd rather him than no one at the end of the day. And it's not like a January when we went and got a Davis and Kabak. It's nothing like that. They're not. They weren't very good footballers at all. This is a very good footballer. And people are just down on it. I can tell you right now, if we bought him from Barcelona when he was playing for Luis Enrique, everyone would have their clapper out right now and the Vaseline right next to him. I'm telling you right now, it would be. Because they'd be, oh my God. Because he's not playing for Juventus at the moment because he doesn't suit their system and it's not working for him. Everyone's like, oh, he's a dead footballer at 26. Not a dead footballer. It's a talented boy. He's a talented boy. And
I wonder if, like, this Nunez, Ramsey, Carvalho, Arthur. I wonder if we got them all this week, like all together, and we never got anyone at the beginning of the trial. I wonder if it'd be different, bro.
What, you got Arthur, I mean, you do go for our summer transfer window. So
because everyone forgets that we
Carvalho.
brought anyone, bro.
Yeah, Carvalho.
Yeah.
Ramsey as a right back, who we ain't seen play yet, could be really good.
Yeah.
Darwin Núñez and Arthur. So that's 4.
People wouldn't be going crazy like they are now, bro.
It's 4 decent transfers. It is if they all came in at the same time, like literally on the same day, or the same 48 hours or something.
Yeah,
I do think everyone would be like, "Oh my word, that is decent."
Like
because they're so spread across the summer.
The Juve gaffer.
Yeah.
Said the Juve gaffer's not the best judge. You're damn right it's not, because you see what happened with Kuleveski, bro. No one give a damn about him, bro. And
he let Kuleveski go.
Came here, and
he let Bentancur go, and he let Arthur go, because them 3 players are all different. They don't suit the system Juventus are playing at the moment. It's like, who's the lad at Atletico Madrid who's an absolute baller?
Who's João?
Yeah, João Felix. Absolute baller. He can't show what he's doing because he's playing in prison.
Yeah, he's got an Undertaker contract on him. And Simeone is not letting him do anything.
He can't show anything. Big up, Rods. Andrew, you all right, my man? You itching your head, Andrew. What's going on, Andrew? Let loose. What do you want to say?
He's worried about CM Punk, man. It's nothing to do with football.
Nah. Don't worry about CM Punk. Don't worry about
CM Punk's Lenka, bro.
Don't worry about CM Punk. Hopefully he gets assassinated.
I was just going to say, like, I think half of, like, when I seen the announcers, I was like, we've done a Fabinho again, haven't we? Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Obviously, last night game, oh my God, that Cavallo goal just summed it up. Unbelievable. Daylight robbery, like Newcastle fans would be saying, but it's their own fault. They wasted time. Their own fault. As I was saying about Arthur, I think, I think he'll fit him at Klopp's and obviously the team, obviously the system he play. And I think obviously comes from Brazil. Obviously he's Brazilian, which we all know how good Brazilian players are over the past few years. It's been in the Prem. I think he'll be very good under Klopp. Obviously you've got Fabinho there, you've got Thiago, like Cavallo and Harvey and stuff like that. And plus he'll help Harvey and Cavallo progress more, I think.
Yeah.
Be up, Rods. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad. I agree with all that still, Andrew. I mean, to be honest today, I think it's a good signing. I really do think it's a good signing. I think that because you got to think about it, he comes with experience. Do you know what I mean? He's played in Spain, playing in Italy and stuff. He can only come with experience. As Andrew said, he can help those kids like Elliot and Carvalho and even Curtis Jones to that extent still. So I think it's a good sign. I would like to see Tillemans come in though. I would like to see him come in, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. At least we've got somebody in still. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy. As I said before that day, I'll be happy. I'll be satisfied if we get 2, but happy if we get 1. Do you know what I mean? So it's all good.
I agree. This comment here, Freddie's Brazilian and he's crap. I don't think Fred's that bad.
He was their best player last season.
I don't think Fred's that bad. I honestly don't. I think he's actually quite decent. And I mean,
I agree.
He plays in the Brazilian 11. He plays alongside Casemiro in the Brazilian 11. Yeah. It's another reason why they went and got Casemiro at Man United, because they can line him and Fred up together in midfield. I don't think Fred's that bad of a footballer.
He's not shit. You partnered him with McTominay, bro.
Yeah, it's McTominay who's dog turd. Yeah, he makes mistakes, Fred, like every footballer does. But when a player's hated at a certain club and they make mistakes, it's highlighted even more to players that make mistakes, but players that people love, and it's never highlighted. It's that sort of thing. Yeah. It's like Reece James. I saw a compilation of all Reece James's defensive mistakes. The man's made more than I even realised, right? But because he's so loved, it's not spoke about.
Yeah.
Trent's not loved by anybody apart from Liverpool fans. So when he makes the mistakes, it's highlighted. And it's like that. It's like that with Fred.
Yeah.
He makes mistakes, but because he's universally hated, they're highlighted more. But
Man U fans, they put out some the hate they put on their own players, bro. Like, I'm surprised Maguire still wants to play football, to be honest. I know we joke about him. We're rival clubs, in it, but they do it to their own player, bro. I don't know what's going on there, but Fred's definitely good, man. He's definitely Brazilian, bro. You see how he chipped Alisson in pre-season, bro. That's only Brazilians do that.
Big up, Pat-Man.
And he was
Pat-Man's really annoyed because he likes us.
Yeah, I see he's back every time.
I love Pat-Man. Pat-Man, being mutual, man. We love you too.
I've got this. I'm pretty sure. Didn't Fred used to play for Shakhtar before?
Yeah, did. That's where they bought.
Yeah, because I remember that Shakhtar team, man, and that's when they had Teixeira and Tyson in it. They were ballers, bro. Like I love watching them in the Champions League.
William was William there as well.
Yeah.
William's going to Fingy, isn't he?
William's
Fulham,
He's gone.
Fulham.
Yeah.
Apparently he's been training there for a couple of weeks. Or
yeah, he has, man, undercover and that. But
Yeah,
man, you know what it's like, bro. I don't think it's fair to call Fred shit because we know what it's like as Liverpool fans. Well, I know Jamie just mentioned it longer and Cav. When you sometimes you bring players in and the manager has different ideas for how you want to play the game, innit? And you're not going to change unless your player is super world class. You're not changing the way you play football for one guy. You know what I mean? And that's what happens with him. So, like we just said about Genie's changed the way he played to come and facilitate Liverpool. He got him a Champions League and a Premier League. You know what I mean? Fred comes in and he can do way more. That's why when he does like chipping Alisson and that, it's a surprise to everyone. But it's like, no, he can do it. But his job is, and look at the managers he played under Fred. They ain't worked out too good for him, bro. It's mad, bro.
But then again, sorry to cut in. Remember Lucas Leiva?
Yeah.
Lucas Leiva.
Fred's very much like Lucas Leiva.
Fred looked like Lucas Leiva looks like a Swedish Brazilian on it.
That guy's not Brazilian.
But he come in and he felt that he was like when he was playing for his other team in Brazil, he was more of an attacking player. But when he came to Liverpool, Benitez turned into more of a defensive player. So it's quite a change in the Philip. But I liked Lucas. I actually like
Rod, it's glad you brought him up, man, because you know what I like? He loves us, man. Lucas. Like, he's on his Instagram every weekend. He's watching the Liverpool match with his son, celebrating and that. But I have to say, bro, the moment I knew that he had a fake passport was when he took that shot and Klopp laughed at him, bro. That's when I knew that his passport and birth certificate from somewhere else, bro. Because I don't know who did he think he was taking that shot, and he just shot, and he just
Albanian.
Albanian.
Oh, Cavs
big up,
with the puppy eyes, man.
He's a Juventus fan.
Don't make the eye contact, bro.
As a Juventus fan, I think Arthur is a good player, but he's just not good for the football of Allegri. He can play in many positions in midfield. He'll be a very nice for Klopp, trust me. Fred reminds me a bit like Lucas. Lucas became that sort of like defensive-minded midfielder at Liverpool, didn't he? Where went down as a bit of a cult legend in the end, didn't he, Lucas? And
loved him, man.
But he got in the tackle. He played simple balls. He was good off the ball in and
he ended up with a Scouse accent.
Stuff like that, and all that sort of thing. That's what Fred's good at.
Did he end up with a Scouse accent?
I think he did a little bit. Not as bad as Jan Mulby, though.
No.
You wouldn't know Jan Mulby's Danish, would you?
No, you wouldn't. No.
Jan Mulby's accent's mad.
But you are right, Lucas. I'll tell you, Lucas, mate. I'm not joking, bro. Like I love him in it. But him, I'm not making this up, bro. Him and Mascherano, for me, are the most frustrating players we've ever had at Liverpool. Yeah, I can't, bro. You'd be drawing a game 1-1 or something like that, or it'd be, and I'm like, we just need to not let anyone score. And then I'd watch Mascherano, and like, he's gonna take him out, isn't he? Just because in the wrong spot. And the same with Lucas, it's like, you're just gonna foul him. I don't know what it is, bro. Ballers though, man. But yeah, man, big up them. If Keita leaves, who gets the number 8? Retire the number 8, bro.
Just retire it, yeah. It might as well.
Yeah. Stevie can take it, to be fair, because he ain't gonna have a job at Villa soon. He can just wear it himself, bro.
just wear it on the touchline.
I'm just watching some of the highlights. I know you shouldn't judge a player off highlights, but Arthur, he looks Thiago-esque. You know,
he's got flair.
When he picks up the ball, like from the defenders, or he picks it up deep, he can go both ways. He's got a really good body frame. He can go left foot. He can go right foot. He's pretty strong on the ball. He's quite a good ball carrier. Thiago-esque. Maybe not as flary, but it'd be interesting.
That shoulder is scary, man.
What do you think that, and this will never happen, but everybody fit? Thiago, Fabinho, Arthur is in the midfield, or because I personally think
That looks tasty. Yeah. That looks tasty.
I don't think Elliot's dropping out of that squad, bro.
Yeah, I think Arthur might be. I think Arthur might be like the Thiago replacement, really.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're too similar.
He's on forever.
I mean, so if we look at our best midfielders right now, it's Thiago and Fabinho are 1 and 2. Yeah, we can all say that, can't we? They're our 2 best midfielders, without a doubt. For me, at this moment in time, Harvey Elliott's our 3rd.
I don't think it's close, bro. Who else is
And then with Arthur coming in right now, I'd say, I know he hasn't played, but I'm going what I've seen before in Arthur when he played for Barcelona, when he's played for Brazil. I'd say he's 4th. Then Carvalho, Henderson, Milner, Keita.
Well, what you said, right, Jim, because he can basically, it's smart what they've done here, because what all of us agreed on not so long ago was, and to be fair to Henderson, he does his captain's role and he'll always defend different spots of the field, and Klopp, I'll take this position. Him and Milner, oh, you need a right back, I'll play there, it's no problem. So I love that for them. But we all said on it that like the choice would be for him to be in rotation with Fabinho in the number 6, and Arthur can do both. So the chances are that when Thiago comes back, they're not going to rush him straight into the squad. Now they don't need to. They don't need to rush him straight in because where Hendo played yesterday on the left part of the midfield, Arthur can play there. So it's probably going to be Fab, Arthur, and Elliott to start with, and then obviously when Thiago comes back in, we'll see in it. But that's perfect for me because you don't want to have to rinse Thiago's legs, bro. Then we can start using him in the big games and that. Obviously, you can get injured anywhere. You can get injured in training, but start using in games where you need him a little bit more, man, because it's good to break down low blocks and that, put them little balls in. But if you trust Elliott and that, they can do it, bro. We've seen it so far, man. And no one can. You can't get that kid out of the squad, bro. And I don't think he'll have it either. He's fired up, man. His confidence.
He'd be good for the Champions League also as well.
Yeah, right.
He'd be good for the Champions League. So like, I can understand the signing of him. And I honestly think at the end of the day, right? I mean, I might be wrong, but I honestly think if he has a good season with Liverpool, I think they might sign him on a permanent if he has a good season.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends.
How long is his contract, Jay? How long has he got left on his contract at Juve?
I'm not sure.
That's what I was thinking. When they said there's no option to buy, I was like, depending on how long's left, or if another year goes by the time he gets to the end of his contract and the end of this season, and there's a year left, then even if we choose to go, we'll try and buy him. It shouldn't cost that much money anyway, because you know what Juve can do. He could have a great season with us and go, nah, you're not having him for no cheap price. But if the contract's the contract, in it, so it is what it is. Because that's the problem that Villa's got right now. That Gerrard doesn't want to let Luis go, but he's got a year left. So if you don't let him go now,
he's got time on
it. For free.
His contract don't expire till June 30th, 25. He's got 3 more years yet, and he's only transfer market have him as a transfer value of 16.2 million.
Okay.
He went to Juventus for 9 million, I believe, from Barcelona.
Yeah, because they needed the money on it.
Yeah.
We'll see if you have a good season, man. You get him for like 30, 40, bro.
Yeah, at his highest, his transfer value was 63 million. Yeah, Barcelona bought him when he was 22 for 45 million.
You come from Grimero?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was France he played for.
Bare ballers played for Grimero, man.
I think it was actually. Let me have a look. Yeah, he went. He went by Grimero to Barcelona. Yeah. He only played for Grimero. He played for Grimero under 20s, Grimero B, Grimero, and then Barcelona, Juventus.
They just push out bare ballers, man.
That's where Lucas from, you know, Grimero. Lucas from there as well.
That's where they're all from.
Yeah, man. Just when he got some ballers down there.
Now his goals and assists, that's not what it's about. That's not the player he is. That's not what sort of player he is. So that don't bother me.
I think the few goals I have seen him scored, I've seen him score a couple outside the box, but he doesn't score many.
Yeah, that's not his game. His game is about possession of the football, and he's very good at it. And
to be fair, Barca, he's got Messi. He had Messi there, and he didn't need.
Yeah, but we got Everton obviously on Saturday. Now I don't think he'll be in start, but he'll be on the squad. He'll be on the bench.
He'll be on the bench, yeah.
The way I'm looking at it, I think Edward's got it here. So with this transfer, you can have Fabinho and Hendo rotating as the 6th, Elliot and Kate are rotating as your right-sided midfielders, and Thiago and Arthur as your left-sided midfielders. They're the midfielders we could use all season when fit.
Yeah. Naby one's going to be interesting, isn't it? Because all the talks died down about Naby. There's no contract signing. There's no club coming for him. I don't even know what he's doing, bro. Like, when I see stuff like that, Edward's 100% right. But when I see it, I'm like, when I see rotation with Naby, I'm like, that's like rotation with a ghost on it. Because like you could change Naby's name and put Ox there, and I'm like, okay, rotation with who? They're not going to be there.
No.
Does anybody know what? I know he's not got the best injury record, but what like his current fitness is like? Because I've heard mixed things on that.
Some
people say Elgies are reported that he's fine, ready to go.
He's he's match fit. Yeah, he's fit. Yeah, there's nothing wrong. People keep putting things up on Twitter that they have no idea. You just get people that go on Twitter and just write something just to scare people because they have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everyone said he's fit. But I just, when I paused it, I was just listening to something on the telly because what's the Spanish reporter's name? It's going out of my head now. But he was just the one who does Sky Sports.
I know.
Gallagher.
Yeah. That's it. Guillem Gallagher. That's it. I was just listening to him, and he was talking about Arthur, and he was saying he's actually a perfect Jurgen Klopp player. He's actually a perfect Jurgen Klopp player because the quality set he's got, he related it back to Gini Wijnaldum.
Yeah,
he related it back to that, and he says it doesn't suit Juventus' style of play, and that's why he's not playing right now.
Yeah.
And it's same with Kulusevski, same with Benton. That's why these players all left because it didn't suit their style of play. Now you've seen the difference. Now he's very good at keeping possession. Guillem Gallagher was saying very good at keeping possession, very good at winning possession back as well. His injury record is not actually that bad as he was saying, and saying he's had one massive injury in his career that kept him out for 20 weeks, which is a long time. But as you said, that was because he went for the surgery that kept him away.
Otherwise, as well.
All his other injuries, he had a car accident as well. That's right. All his other injuries have been like 8 days, 12 days. They're injuries every player has. You know, the odd 8 days. 8 days could be one game. You know, it's just it's not the end of the world. And Guillem Gallagher basically saying he's a player that suits Liverpool. He's a player that suits Liverpool for what they want to do. Now, fans of our club, especially ones that have got voices, that do social media or YouTube channels, stuff like that, they all want this different way of playing football now. They all want these. What Man City have got? What Man City have got is quite freakish. You know, there's not many clubs in the world that have got what midfield Man City have got. It's quite a freakish midfield. Everyone's either a 10 or an 8. They're all goal scorers, all attackers. Yeah. Liverpool, the only way Liverpool go have that is when Jurgen Klopp leaves. It's as simple as that. And people just got to start realising it. Like I've been saying since pre-season, Jurgen Klopp only wants defensive-minded, possession-based midfielders. He's not worried about getting goals from midfield. He never even talks about it. It doesn't bother him.
You hear what he said about Trent after the game the other day?
Yeah.
When we won 9-0, they asked him about the goal, innit? And he's like, all the goals were great. He said his favourite goal was Harvey's. And then it was like, Trent scored amazing. And he's like, it was amazing. He's like, it's weird because usually I don't. He's like, I don't like it. He said, Trent's got the ball in that position and all the fans are telling him to shoot, and he's like, I would much rather him that he didn't do that. but I know it's because in his head it's like most of the time when people shoot, it doesn't go in, and he's like, I need to keep the possession of the ball. But it's just his style, isn't it? Like I said, our midfield is important because it's built to facilitate the front three and then the right back and left back. That's how the squad is, and it's even more perfect when you've got the centre backs that we have. Because they're solid, the goalkeeper's solid. So it's almost like this is the wall, and then everything around it, go and do what you want to do. And usually that's what we have been doing. You know what I mean? Of course, I get it. I'm never going to be the Neely person, and you don't get flipping gold medals for second place, and I don't want it either. So, you know, when we finished second to Man City before, we had like 97 points or whatever. and all the pundits were being nice about us. I didn't need them to be nice about us. We didn't win the league, whatever. Welcome to Man City. But there is fine margins in it, and if we were getting into competitions and getting knocked out in round 16 all the time and finishing 4th in the Premier League all the time, it'd be a little bit different. But I think Cav mentioned it yesterday or the day before. It has been Champions League finals and always second and first once and second the rest of the time, and League Cup finals and FA Cup finals. And so that's where I'll be honest, bro, I've always dreamt of Liverpool being, because my time as a Liverpool fan has been great, massive moments, but big gaps in between the next moment. Bro, I just wanted to be, I don't want to be top 4. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that thing where I'm like Arsene Wenger, I need top 4, but I always want to be challenging. And then I know how good Man City is, so I know if we finish ahead of them, finish ahead of Man City, we've won the league. That's how it seems to me, because you don't ever see him finishing 3rd or 4th, whatever. And then the cups are cups, innit? And you always have to do great to get through. Look at the draw and such. To be honest, we don't usually have the luck of the draw as much. You might have the odd game here and there where we dodged Bayern Munich in the Champions League and ended up with Villarreal, but most of the time we don't do that. We had to beat Man City in the FA Cup, and then we had Chelsea next after them in the League Cup. We had Leicester, then Arsenal, then Chelsea. So we don't do it the easy way. So I think our team deserves a bit more praise than they get. Everyone's going crazy about stuff and that, but success isn't promised to anyone. But if you get yourself in a position where you're one step away from it, 1 goal away from it, 1 point away from it, it does mean that they are putting their role into it. It's just fine margins, bro. Sometimes I can't even bring, like when people, I couldn't blame not having a creative midfielder for losing the Champions League final. It was 1-0, and I was watching the game frustrated because it didn't look like I was going to score, but it felt like for big parts of the game with a better team. And then Courtois was winding me up because he kept saving everything. You know what I'm saying? In the FA Cup and League Cup, we won it on penalties, and that's nothing to do with Klopp, because the strikers had the chances and they just didn't score. So when I see these things, I'm like, let's just relax a little bit. Of course, we want new players and new midfielders and stuff like that, but let's not speak about the team like they don't know what they're doing and they're all bums and stuff like that all of a sudden. After when did the season finish? Not long ago, May or something like that. It's not been that long. It's been about 3-4 months, bro. It was glory 3-4 months ago, bro. And now, bums. And
exactly.
I can't believe we're signing this midfielder and this gun's rubbish and all the midfielders trash now. And it's crazy, bro. But like I said, I'm a bit confident because when I see that, I can't lie. When I see that the camera pan to that bench, bro, and I see Thiago and Nunes sitting next to each other, bro, that is, bro. And I posted it earlier. I love the shithouse from Nunes, bro. But this guy, don't headbutt anyone again. But we need to be. We're too nice on it. This guy doesn't give a shit. He's just full of passion and he can't hold it in. Who pulled him down when he was celebrating? He was going crazy and somebody pulled him.
Luga, yeah.
18-year-old goalkeeper had to calm him down.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. It's fucking quality.
He's got the safest hands on the bench. That's why.
I love this. We need these type of players in our team. That's what Mane.
He is.
Mane was very good at it. Mane used to elbow people, get away with it.
You do it, man.
Why fullbacks?
Someone's doing the shit ass in our squad.
Mane was very aggressive. Very aggressive.
Love it.
You need that in your attackers. I don't want them to be. I think Salah needs a little bit of that. I think Salah needs a bit of a.
Yeah, bro, Salah, stop smiling at man when they kick you,
bro. Yeah,
I don't like it, bro. He's getting up and laughing about it. Ha ha ha! You kicked me and I was offside. Nah, bro. You Egyptian chop man up, bro. This is a game.
Yeah.
That's why when Robbo's on it, bro, he sets the pace in it. When Robbo's on it and he starts kicking, man, then everyone's like, you know what? Safe. Let's do it.
You see when he pushed up. You seen Robbo? Did you see Robbo push up? Messi. Pushing me his head. Just pushing me his head.
Yeah, you little bitch. Messi might be the greatest, but on that day, he was a little bitch, bro. Put your head in shame. Coutinho, you're back at Anfield. Hold your head in shame. Suarez, you little racist bitch. Have it. I was loving that game, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Right, he's having his medical. He's having his medical right now.
You Arthur?
Yeah, he's having his medical right now. They put 7 different inhalers on the table and they're just asking him to go.
It's like when you got to choose your first Pokemon. They're like, what do you want? Blue, brown?
I'll have the blue or brown, red, orange. The purple one's the bollocks. I've got a purple inhaler. The purple one's the bollocks, man. If anyone needs an inhaler, get the purple one. Jesus Christ. I climbed Mount Everest on the purple one. It's just immense. You can do whatever you want. No, that'd be his. John, if you want to come in, mate. The links in the in the DMs, mate. Come in if you want.
I don't care if I die on that hill on my own, bro. I love our team, bro. Like,
I'll be there with you.
In that club, yeah. You know, because I don't even like the fact that people forget the transfer stuff, innit?
Vinny O'Connor's live right now. Can anyone listen to it? Because I've got mine on mute.
He's on Sky Sports.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
Vinny O'Connor's just really happy. He's got something to talk about for once.
But yeah,
you know something? Do you know something about Arthur? Yeah.
I'll mute this so I can hear it.
Go on.
You know something about Arthur? I think which is very good. And I think that what people don't realize is that we need a player that can hold the ball. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of games today.
We lose the ball all the time.
We lose too quick. Do you remember when we only had Deep Mohammed? He was like a master of like holding the ball and everything and bringing him into play. Because like Champions League final 2005 was a perfect example. Is that once we brought on sort of like Deep Mohammed, able to hold the ball. You know what I mean? So we need somebody who can hold the ball.
Savage, that's not muted.
Oh, isn't it?
You know those ones. But yeah, we just need someone to hold the ball. And I think we can get someone to hold the ball. We'll be a more balanced team in that way. Do you know what I mean? And you got to think that Arthur's no mug. He's no mug. You know what I mean? So all these people saying this and saying that, in fact, Arthur's no mug. He's a good player. Very good player.
No, I agree. It's someone that if we got him a couple of years ago, I don't think there'd be an issue. I don't think anyone would be worried about it. But because we're getting him now, everyone's a bit down on it. So I'm just hang on. I've just got something here, and this is I've got Arthur Melo's right. So his injury record, yeah. So he had an ankle problem, right? Let's see if I can get it up. Right, here we go. Right, hang on. Let me.
Can you hear me? I'm back, baby. Come on.
Yeah. What happened?
Nothing.
No.
He was just talking about Arthur about how the loan deal's best for both clubs because it doesn't really fit the profile of Juve right now. So they're happy for him to do that. Liverpool need a midfielder. We're happy, and then obviously if it all goes well, whether there's an option to buy or not, we can still try and buy him as a player when he's had an audition. And then they said that Nottingham Forest have just brought their 20th player of the transfer window.
Yeah. They got Bolly.
20
Willy Bolly.
Players. No. After Willy Bolly was 19.
Oh, Jesus.
They're just gonna brought a kid from Blackpool, bro.
Oh yeah, there's a striker, isn't he? He's a striker.
Players.
Big up my friend from Bangkok, Thailand. Big up to you, my friend.
Big up, man.
Taking over Liverpool, Thailand. Up to you. Right, I've got this.
Jay, I gotta say, man, this is killing me, man. People gotta stop messaging and saying stuff like, "I heard it on Grizzly's stream, bro." Just let the journalists do their job, man. I can't take people serious, bro. Stop telling me you heard it off another YouTuber, bro.
I get you. Right, here's his injury record. I don't think it's that bad, to be fair. There's only one there that's really bad.
Yeah, that's the surgery one. I bet it's a surgery there, isn't it?
Yeah, ankle problem, 8 days. Unknown injury, 12 days. 17 days, 5 days. 77 days. That was his surgery. Yeah, other than that, the other one is 44 days. But yeah, I mean, he's had an ankle problem for 8 days. That was in August. So he's over that now. That was August 16th, and we're like September now. So, like, yeah, it's the 1st of September. So he was over that ages ago. So he's he's perfectly fine. Like April 13th. I love the coronavirus is an injury. So 5 days.
Him not having played might help us a little bit, man. Because he's not been running.
So 5 days out with that, but between, he hasn't really. That's fine. That ain't too bad. That's not that bad. You're looking back at 2021 was his surgery, 77 days. Before that, that's not.
He's not played this season even.
Take out COVID, it's not really the end of the world, is it? And he's not really played this season, so
no, he's not played. He just
needs to get a better match sharpness. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
He just needs to get a bit of match sharpness, and he'd be fine.
Yeah, just just to answer one of the comments, whether he's left-footed, I think he is right-footed, but what I would say is he's very two-footed.
Yeah,
he's very strong on his left as well.
That's what you need, don't you? That's what you need.
Yeah. What is everyone saying here? That's not exactly good. It's all right. I mean, 12 games is like 2 matches. Yeah,
bro. When it's on paper like that in front of your face, it always looks like that. But there's a lot of players that you wouldn't even expect that when you go on there.
Yeah,
it's a killer. If you compare them against the rest of our team, what we've got now, it's probably going to be one of the healthier ones, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
To be honest, like his past record, it don't matter. Like he's guaranteed to get injured when he gets here anyway. So
and to be fair, Naby Keita was never injured before he joined Liverpool. Joel Matip was never injured before he joined Liverpool. So going off injury records is a bit difficult because we bought players that are completely healthy and then never have a problem and get injured. So all players get injured. You just get freaks that don't, like Mo Salah and stuff like that.
I was just about to say, Salah must have the cleanest page ever. Bro.
Yeah, it just like never gets injured or anything
Alisson's
like that.
Been injured more than Salah.
I mean, I can't remember last time Salah was injured.
Nah, me either, bro.
I think it
was that thingy, the FA Cup when he just walked off against Man City.
And the concussion before the Champions League game against Barcelona. Was that it?
Oh yeah, and then he got put in
an Yeah, and the armbar by Ramos tried to rip his shoulder out.
Ramos tried to rip his arm off, bro.
Okay, no.
So he's saying Klopp's the problem. Not entirely, but his way of playing can be a problem because it takes a lot out of you, don't it?
Yeah.
That's why when Klopp first came, all the players got muscle injuries.
that's literally life, bro. If you're not used to running your ass off and playing a certain way, it happens, man.
I think the thing is, like, it's the thing with the injuries at the minute. It's like climbing a hill. Like, had no one have got injured so far, we can start to rest players, and then the likelihood of future injuries is less. Because we've got injuries, we're now having to overwork people, if you like. So then there's more risk of them getting injuries. So we almost just need like these guys to come back, get match fit, start rotating, and hopefully we can get over this hurdle.
Yeah, it says here, to be fair, apart from his surgery, he's only missed 1 to 3 games at a time.
The surgery was from the car crash as well. That wasn't from football pitch.
Yeah. So
if he can play 1 and 2, and Thiago can play 1 and 2, we'll be all right.
It's madness, isn't it?
But Rog was right earlier. He'd definitely be good for Champions League games, man.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. Definitely.
Watch us get through the group and then draw Juve in the flipping round 16, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you play against him?
Nah.
He can't, can he?
I think he can, bro. Nah.
I think we could take him without him anyway.
Yeah, we can. I just find it funny that's Liverpool's luck in it that would get him.
I know it. Oh, well.
It's a good question been asked in the chat what his wages are and whether we're playing the full amount. I'll have a look into it. I've not heard anything.
It's FSG, so I'm guessing that they're not paying much.
104 grand a week.
104?
Yeah.
We're paying that.
Yeah, 104 grand a week.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
50. Sorry, I'm just counting how many days he's had injured. How many games he's missed, since 2020. I'm just trying to count this up. Be all right with you. UK game, guys.
I would have thought, just off the top of my head, I have no knowledge of his wages, but if I had to stab a guess, I'd be saying he's close to like the high 100s, close to 200. Just because he's gone from Barca to Juve, and then type of players usually get put on mad wages. I'd have thought it'd been on a lot more, but 104, yeah, that's not a bad salary for what you're getting, to be honest.
No, it's not. It's good. It's good still.
So you know what I mean? Since 2020, he's missed 34 games. Since 2020.
Not too bad though, considering.
And a lot of that is when he had his surgery. He missed 77 days because of surgery, because of the car crash. And that was 8 of them. That was the most he's missed. The most games he's missed in one season is 8 games. And that was because of his surgery. And that's got nothing to do with football because of the car crash. So you take out the car crash, weren't a football related injury.
Yeah.
He's had he would have had like 20. He would have only missed 20 games for injury since 2020. So that's not an injury-prone player at all, is it?
No.
Considering Keita misses 20 games a season now. It's like, so that ain't an injury prone.
Injury prone gets thrown around too much, and injury prone is Ox, bro. That's an injury prone guy.
Yeah.
He's been injury prone his whole life, bro.
It's paperweight, man.
I actually feel bad for him. Because he takes care of himself and that, but some things you just can't do anything about, bro. You know what I'm saying? At least he's got a nice missus. You know what I'm saying? Big up Perry still, little mix. Come on.
At least he's got a nice missus. Jesus.
Not as good as Douglas Luiz, though, is it? Really?
Wait.
No, man, you know he can't.
We're just gonna brush over Perry from Little Mix, bro.
No, you have to, Bella.
To be fair, I'll give it to Alicia Lehman. She got the legs in it because she's a footballer.
She got everything, man.
Yeah.
I tell you what, brother.
I watch women's football more now, innit? I watch it more.
I bet you do.
No. I decided to go out my way to watch it properly because I used to watch it when I was younger. Because when I was playing in the academy, obviously the women's team was in the academy at the same time and stuff like that. So I paid attention in it. And then when Rachel Yankee and that was playing at the time and Alex Scott, I paid attention. Then there was a gap. When I watched it lady, bro, when she plays, bro, I'm not joking, bro. The other women hate her, bro. Oh my god.
Seriously, they do it
every because she rocks up with her nails done and her makeup on in the game, bro. And she don't play. I watch her get taken out every single match, bro. Oh my god.
Fucking hell.
It's like the other women are like, why are you trying to make us look bad? What are you doing? Why are you trying to make us look
Isn't that woman, that woman on Sky Sports who was taking the piss out of her earlier on? Didn't she used to be a footballer?
Hench Emily Sunday, bro. You telling me she doesn't like Emily Sunday, but Hench, bro? She does.
Oh, what, the 10-inch clip one? Yeah, I know. I wouldn't want that coming at me. I'd cross the road.
You're getting council blood.
Emily Sunday, bro. Oh my god.
If Emily Sunday played rugby, that's what she'd do.
Listen, she scares me, She scares me, She proper scares me.
She speaks so fast as well.
I know, and she's proper on it. It's like, nah, man. She scares me, man. No, seriously.
I don't trust any woman. I don't trust any woman who wears that kind of suit, bro.
I'm telling you.
There's only some women who
can advert for hormone blockers, isn't it?
You can only pull that off in a certain way. Cappy's like, I ain't listening. I'm not getting involved.
When the ship goes down.
Sorry, I was just sitting I couldn't help it.
Scott Ferguson as well in the chat. Big up to you, mate. We're only paying 50% of his pay, and he plays more of a left centre midfielder and a deep midfielder, which we need. Exactly.
There might be there might be monthly or end of loan fees and stuff as well. A few more incentives and bonuses in there. They're not usually as like lucrative as like actual signing contracts, but there's still stuff in there where you can end up paying a little bit more than just the wages.
I just looked at Naby's record before he joined Liverpool.
Don't do it, man.
And at Red Bull, because he played for both Red Bull teams, didn't he? So at Red Bull Salzburg and at Leipzig combined. Oh, the bloke on Sky Sports right now is the bloke who gave me some info, by the way.
Oh, really?
When he played for Salzburg and Red Bull Leipzig combined, he only missed 12 games.
Bro,
combined.
He missed more than that when he stepped off the plane, bro.
Don't say that.
He played for Salzburg for 2 seasons and he played for Leipzig for 2 seasons.
Bro, right.
And combined, he only missed 12 games through injury.
Jamie, I'm a lion. Did Naby not get on the plane with the Liverpool squad fit and go off the plane?
And he was out for 2 weeks. Yeah.
He's like the air stewardess must have hit him in the knee or something with the trolley, bro. I'm not joking, bro.
Oh, for fuck's sake. He's got to go though, isn't he? He's got to go now, man. Seriously, he's a joke. Fucking hell, man.
I think
man gets injured walking down the shops.
Because he's been talking more in it now, like over the last few months about
gives you wings.
That
is very true.
Naby. And I think it's because Mane's gone, man. Mane was his right hand man, bro.
Yeah, there was good friends, in it. There was good friends, in it.
Yeah.
Would it be a bit extreme to just offer him just like a mutual termination and just let him? And the same with Ox.
Mutual termination.
Just say, look, Naby, if you want to go, right? I know you're injured, but we'll let you go, and you can just find yourself in the club, and just not even bother paying like the wages for the next year.
You've obviously forgot who our owners are, bro.
I know, but like, just like Arsenal do it with like Aubameyang and Bellerin and stuff. Like, that's how much faith I have that Naby's going to contribute this season.
£4.50 and some club card points, brother.
Yeah, just go, just walk away, and take a bag with you and don't come back.
Yeah, it's true though. It's true.
Arsenal's up their bid for Douglas Luiz by $5 million.
See, I will buy him out his contract.
Yeah, on it, isn't he?
That would cost us money. I'm just saying, let him go.
I think Partey's injured on it.
Just leave.
It's true though, because there comes a time for it. Because PSG done the same thing when they wanted to get rid of players, and they say, look, you're not going to get any games, so you might as well look for another club. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to play for this club again. So you might as well find another club.
No,
and you're forced to look for another club.
Yeah, it's probably because Klopp's been hit with so many damage. I mean, I know he's one of the injuries in it, but for Klopp, he doesn't know which person's going to come back first and all this, and he's probably thinking, right now with the squad how it is, I can't risk anyone just leaving.
Yeah,
because you're saying terminate anyway, but at the end of the season he's going to go free either way. So it's probably just there to have. You know, I mean, billionaires can afford to have somebody just chilling there for free and that, but. And he might be able to chip in the odd game by the time the season's done. But yeah,
do we?
I think sometimes you got to cut your losses, though, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I mean. If there was 2 seasons left of his contract, I think they probably would. But because it's the last season, he's not gonna. You know what I mean? Someone might buy him in January. To be fair,
I'm just about to say that, Savage. I was just about to say that because come December, January, he'll be allowed to speak to other clubs anyway, won't he? So he'll probably sign a pre-agreement with someone else.
And
we might actually, we're not usually renowned for signing in the winter window, but we actually might this one, that comes around. Just because of the amount of people that are out of contract in the summer, or we'll probably look to move on. It'll probably be too much to do in the summer. We might look to be a bit more active in January. I know it's difficult, because no one wants to let their players go. But I'm just thinking about some of the quality players that are in these teams now that are in the Champions League that are probably going to drop out the Champions League at the group stage. And then you might be able to pick up a few of them players in January. So it might be a little bit more active than usual.
What about Tillemans?
And did we say terminate Naby Keita's contract?
I said
you want to terminate his contract? You want him gone? Get Naby gone.
Dredging it.
Oh God!
Wouldn't be surprised if Klopp tapping man up in January while everyone else is at the World Cup in December, and Klopp's going to be undercover. Whoever's not going to the World Cup, Klopp's going to tap them up for a problem.
What about getting Tillemans in January? What do you feel about that?
Yeah. Well, he's going to start speaking to other clubs outside of England in January anyway, because Leicester screwed. Like I have to be honest, away from like banter and stuff, I actually feel bad for them, bro. I feel bad for the Leicester fans because I don't know what's going on in that club there, but they're saying that even the sale of Fofana, they said that only like 25% of that money is going to go back into the club because
they
to
buy
players.
They're
screwed, man. COVID done them over.
They have just signed. They've just signed someone today, though, haven't they?
Yeah,
from defender, isn't it?
Apparently, he's very good.
Yeah.
The one who's like David Luiz.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about him. Apparently he's very
from Belgium, isn't
he? Yeah.
Look at sign a winger, ain't there, as well? Sorry to go across here. Look at sign a winger as well, right winger.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
I was just gonna say Arsenal have increased their bid to 25 million for Douglas Luiz.
Yeah. 5 million.
They really want him, don't they?
Yeah.
Just thinking about that one. Even if he's not like top, he's obviously not number one target. He's probably not even in the top 3, 4, 5. But do you not think it's just worth signing a player like that at that fee? Because come like the summer, right, and starting next season, you can just flip that transfer anyway and just make your money back. Like I understand this, like not getting stopgaps and stuff, but like that only works up until a point, and the point really is when you have so many injuries that like, is it not just worth just signing him? You know, his wages aren't unrealistic, and then just if you don't like him, he doesn't get on. Just sell him again. Am I looking at that too simplistic there?
No, I think Rod said it in the chat earlier as well, that sign him. I would, like, the thing is, what's mad is 25 mil they've upped the bid for. The reason why they've upped the price is because they don't want him to go in it, because he's one of their better players. And Tielemans is cheaper than him. It's madness, bro. I don't know what's going on, bro. Because remember, Arsenal, Tielemans was their target at the beginning of the window, so I don't understand why they've gone the other way now and gone Douglas Luiz and not Tielemans. Probably because Leicester, I don't know, but it's a weird situation what's going on. But I agree with you, bro. Like them kind of deals are ones that can end up being big, amazing deals in the next couple of years, bro. Because you got them for a cheap price, and they ball out for you. Sometimes they ball out for you to the point where they get the notice of somebody else abroad, somebody who they probably wouldn't want to play for, and then it's like, all right, then go. You can sell them for 60 mil. If not, like, yeah, when I look at our squad, I'm like, that kind of person is good for us, man. He's industrious. Both of them, to be fair. Yeah. Not many injuries and stuff like that. There's a bit of a myth with Tielemans being slow. There's a bit of a myth with him being slow and not running around and that. That's not true, bro. That's not true. Especially with the work ethic. Like that, it's because he looks like a fat girl. I told you this. He looks like a fat lesbian. So, every time the camera goes on him, he's got like little chubby cheeks and that, bro. But he's not lazy, bro.
No, it's just.
So would your bad blood clan.
It does, man.
Fat lesbian. Big up, Jack. How you doing, Jack?
With the comb back and that. I know girls that look like him.
Not too bad, lad. Just come back from an interview today, so we'll find out. Hopefully,
very nice. Good luck to you, man.
Been listening 2 years on the train and on the way back, but it's the meltdown has continued. I've just been looking on Twitter the last couple of hours. It's fun, and I've had all the Geordies. I woke up. I done a TikTok video last night, and I had some lovely messages off a load of Geordies last night as well. So
I bet
that was great.
I bet they're very lovely messages.
What video?
Oh yeah, lovely. I just triggered the whole fan base. It was just a time wasting video.
Is that your video?
I don't know. Have I been clipped? Probably. Hopefully. Anyway, no, I done a post match anyway. But yeah, it was doesn't take much to wind the Geordies up anyway. So yeah, it was good. But yeah, at least we got a midfielder, boys. Anyway, happy days. But it's how available he will be. I think we're at a point now where we just take anyone at this race.
I would have took Kerry Katona, to be fair. That's how bad he was getting. So it's all right, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You see what I'm saying? That's how you know you're desperate.
To be fair,
Katona.
Savage, I would have taken you in midfield.
I'm a bro. Don't even mess with me, bro.
Well, there you go, mate.
My fitness levels might not be up to par with what Klopp needs, but my son's got a couple of nailers in the drawer and I'm a baller. Like I wouldn't if I was any of you like on YouTube and that, don't challenge me to like a football tournament or something. I'll show you what, bro. This is I'm not joking.
Yeah, I've got my nailer there as well, lads. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh cards in my room. It's collecting them.
Yeah. It's mad. So this after injury. So in 2020-2021 season, he missed 9 games. At 2021-2022 season, he missed 11 games, and he's missed 1 game this season. So the 2021-22 season was when he had the car crash.
Yes.
So, yeah.
An actual car crash. No, that's not a metaphor. He had an actual.
No, he had
an actual car crash.
He had a car crash and had to have surgery. So that's
not the Nabby kind of car crash where the Hot Wheels toy drops on your foot. And like a proper car crash, man.
Yeah. And 18
that's
season.
Funny that's not what you just said though about this season. Missed one this season. They weren't going to play him, bro.
But I think it's just down as an injury, isn't it? For Barcelona, he missed 22 games for injury for the whole time he was at Barcelona. So, yeah, he does pick up the odd little knock here and there, but I wouldn't call him injury prone. But you take out the car crash where he had to have surgery, then it doesn't actually look too bad. But no, it is what it is.
Was it 68 million that they got him for, or like part of the Pjanic deal? Juventus,
Yep.
something mad, yeah.
Yeah, it was part of the Pjanic deal, weren't it?
Pjanic
He
deal,
went,
yeah.
I think, he went for like 9 million plus Pjanic or something like that, weren't it? So they bought him for 45, didn't they, from Gamero? So, yeah, it's interesting. How are you thinking of it, Jack? What's your thoughts on this whole situation?
I'm 50-50. I'd like to get another player, but we're shopping at Neto, in terms of getting our transfers. It's the bottom of the barrel players. We've all of us have spoke over the last even weeks and months before. Would it be an ideal for Jurgen Klopp to get the players in a couple of weeks prior? But I don't know how you lads feel. We probably spoke about this. Something's happened behind closed doors in terms of. You're telling me that Jurgen Klopp's happy with the business. He's a manager. He's been on record, hasn't he, over the last couple of years. He never likes going into the last day of the window. And something's happened internally. It's is it a fact of obviously Julian Ward, Jurgen Klopp, or whoever? But I'm fuming like every single one of you as well. But we've got to deal with it. It's happened now. So, but it's panic stations. But it's with a Fabinho injury away. From this being a crisis, really, we've got no Tyler Morton. He's on loan. Hendo's injured. He's going to be playing DM. Well, Bacesic, but he's another young lad.
Yeah, I mean,
is what it is.
So we're looking at it, thinking, right? Arthur coming in is an upgrade on quite a lot of the midfielders we've already got in our team at this moment in time. Now, Henderson, we all love Henderson as a captain, leader of our team, but I think he's 32 now, isn't he? Henderson's legs are definitely gone. There's no doubt about that. He needs a little bit of help. There. So you bring in Arthur. I think Arthur's an upgrade on Hendo. He's an upgrade on Milner as a footballer. For me, our two best midfielders are Fabinho and Thiago. They're our two best. I then put Harvey Elliott in as 3. He'd be our third best one. Then I put Arthur at 4. And then you're going down after that, probably like Carvalho 5th, Hendo, Milner, and Keita at the last if he never plays. Oh, and Curtis in there as well. So you can now, when the players get back fit, because players are coming back now. I think Klopp says that Jota should be training now as well, and Thiago should be training after the Merseyside derby apparently. So players are starting to come back. So if you look at our midfield and everyone's fit and ready, you got Fabinho and Henderson. For me, should be rotated on the 6s. I think Henderson can do that job. They should be rotated on the 6. Arthur plays on that left side of the midfield of the 3, so he can swap with Thiago. Then Elliott's on that right-hand side. He can swap with Naby when he's fit. And there, or Curtis Jones, or whoever's available, or Milner. And you've got a stronger midfield there. If Arthur can, you can rotate a little bit more. Thiago and when he comes back fit, and Arthur can rotate. So you keep their injuries fresh. You keep them fresh. You keep them away from injuries more. It just helps everything out a little bit. And when I've seen Arthur, he's a perfect Liverpool player at the moment, because we've been after that Genie replacement for how long now?
Yeah.
And Arthur is very much, apart from, Genie's got a better injury record. But then when you say that, as soon as Genie comes back from this broken leg, he's going to be out for more days than Arthur ever was. So it all depends. These injuries are mad. I mean, he's going to be missing 8 months. So that's all the season. So that amount of games is going to be more than an Arthur. But
Genie's broke his leg, yeah.
Yeah, he broke his leg at Roma, didn't he? He's out for 6 to 8 months.
That's another guy with a good injury record. He hardly got injured at Liverpool.
But it's what I'm saying about injury records. When you look at things on paper and they go, miss 2 games here, 4 games there, 3 games there, 6 games there, 2 games there, and you add it all up and it's like 28 games they've missed. And then someone breaks their leg and is out for 8 months. Yeah. And then they're like, they've missed more games than that person's missed different. So, injuries aside, I just don't. But Arthur is very much that. He's very much that genie kind of player. He's good at keeping possession. He's good at retaining possession. He's decent off the ball. He's nothing like like. I know a lot of Liverpool fans want that Liverpool to sign the likes of the midfielders that Man City have got, them 10 to 15 goals. See, that is just not the way Jurgen Klopp wants our midfield to play.
We're not backed by a state, Jamie. That's what we're not backed by.
It's true.
That's why.
That is true. That is true. And that is one thing I want to talk about a minute with FSG. So there's a lot of talk at the moment. A lot of people want FSG out. They don't think they're good owners. And so forth, right? Now, a lot of people got upset that FSG donated a lot of money to Donald Trump, right, in his presidential campaign. Firstly, that's up to them. It's their money. And...
big up Donald, man.
No matter what people might think of Donald Trump, he's probably better than what America have got right now. But... that's up to FSG if they want to fund Donald Trump and all that sort of stuff, right? That's up to them. That's their money, all right? They can do what they want. Only because they own Liverpool Football Club and the Boston Red Sox doesn't mean they can't spend their money elsewhere if they want to. That's up to them. They might have political campaigns they want to do in the future and they spend that money, right? And all the things they've done wrong, right? What makes me laugh and why a lot of people are hypocrites is that if FSG sold tomorrow to an oil tycoon or a country that has got a disgusting human rights thing, right? But they're spending hundreds of million transfers, everyone would be like, woo!
Yeah.
That's what I find hypocritical in the whole.
Well,
football fans are hypocritical all over, mate.
Yeah,
every aspect.
That's what I hate.
Like, it's like even League One. You look at Betty. Like a lot of business owners in and around Manchester could have helped out Betty Football Club. There was multi-billionaires.
Yeah,
so
Manchester United, Manchester United and Man City, because Bury's very close, ain't it? And Oldham and all that. You should be all the big clubs with small teams that play in the same sort of area. I think Bury comes under Greater Manchester, don't it? I think. Yeah. So these sort of small clubs, I do think big teams should be looking after the smaller clubs in their actual communities sometimes. So, like with Tranmere, I know Tranmere is part, it's across the river, but
even Medellin as well, Jay. That's a local team.
Yeah, and it's still part of Merseyside, ain't it? And you're if they need the money, I would feel like Liverpool would help in some way, just to loan them or fund them something. I always think that the big teams, they're so rich. And if there's small teams that are in dire trouble, but then at the end of the day, these big teams can go, it ain't our fault that they got themselves in a mess. And then if we give them the money, what makes me know that they're not going to waste that and get in a bigger mess again? So,
there's a massive grey area.
That's the problem of it, isn't it?
It's just a fact. Yeah, it's just a fact, and it's sorry to got crossy. It's just a fact, and a lot of these big clubs, and they feel that they will look. You're not obligated to help this person and that person and that. You got a club and everything that you run it the best way you can. If you can't run it the best way you can, well, that's down to you. So they feel they're not obligated to do that. But there are some clubs at the end of the day that probably would say, look, we'll help you out and give you a bit of money at the kindness of the heart. But as with in respect to FSG and giving money to Trump and everything, that I would rather they give the money they gave to Trump. I'd rather they put that into transfers other than giving Trump.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Love Rod's, man.
It's true though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Not wrong.
I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I don't really like Trump anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't really like Trump because I think he's a jackass. But at the end of the day, other than you going and giving like a jackass millions and millions of dollars and everything, why didn't you put that in a transfer kitty so we can buy players? Because the thing is about it, I think Liverpool fans are saying it today. They don't want you to go out and spend tons and tons of money on this player and getting so much players into our squad and everything like that. What they want you to do in the fact is just plug holes. Just plug holes in everything that and freshen up the team and everything that. So when you get to a season at the day where your injury hit and everything that, you got players as backup. Do you understand what I'm saying? Nobody's saying that you should go crazy in the marketing for that, but at least address the problems that are in the team. And over the last couple of years and everything, we've had problems in our team that have not been addressed. Yeah. Whether it's Klopp's fault or FSG's fault and everything that you have to say it's more FSG's fault because they got the money to do this and that. And I mean, and they've got the say so. They could, if Klopp comes back to them and says like, no, we don't need no players and for that, FSG could override him and say, no, sorry, you do need players. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think that's the problem that the fans have got with FSG and all that. They don't see FSG doing as much as they can. They can do much more than what they can do, because you got to think about it. All right, it's all right getting Arthur and everything. Now, I'm happy with getting Arthur. Seriously, I'm happy with getting Arthur. But do we really have to wait to the last day of the transfer window and everything until Henderson gets injured and everything that, and say, oh, you know what, we're going to get somebody on loan? So what that tells me, if Henderson didn't get injured last night and everything that, they might not have got anybody. Do you understand what I'm getting? Do you know what I mean? You know. So like, really, we shouldn't have to wait to the last day of the transfer window to say like, right, we're going to get a player. These things need to be addressed and addressed a long time ago. If you went for Douglas Ruiz and everything that in sort of like in beginning of August and everything that, beginning of August, late July, beginning of August and that, right, you could have got him for 20 million. If you went for Tillemans and everything that for that time, you could have got him for 20 million. Go for Ruben Neves round about that time, you can get him for the price of everything that. If you leave it to the last minute for that, people are going to fleece you. They're going to fleece you because they know you're desperate. Do you know what I mean? And we shouldn't be in this position and for that when we got our competitors around us and everything that, right? Buying players, going out and buying the players and everything that they need to plug the holes in our teams for that. So FSG can do, I think they could do much more than what they're doing now and everything that. And don't mean they have to go crazy, but just do a little bit more. Just show us at the day that you give a fuck about the club. Do you know what I mean? Because at the moment, it kind of feels like you don't. You know what I mean? They don't.
You know what I mean? I'm not even saying it in an aggressive way or anything like that. They don't care. Like I don't. Yeah. Like not you, but I don't understand why anyone's surprised, bro. They're not footballing people. This is like me having a business on the side what I've invested in, and I'm just like balancing the books over there. I don't care. Like if I've got I don't know, if I got a mobile phone business, I don't care about mobile phones and that, but I care about how much money it's going to make me and stuff like that. So they see it as a business, and they don't have a connection with the fans. Anyone who's trying to question that, they were going for the Super League, bro. You know what I'm saying? They put the ticket price up to £77. They tried to trademark the name Liverpool, bro. The name Liverpool. It's a city.
Furlough as well. Furlough.
So furlough. So that shows right there. There's no connection. So you're 100% right saying they could do better, but they're like, we're doing what we need to do to. You know what I mean? Their whole thing is keep Liverpool in between winning and top four in it. They don't. But winning the Prem's not anything to them, bro. They just need us to be in the top four. That's kind of how it works, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to keep us in that position. Because everyone thinks that the Super League's gone. That ain't gone anywhere, bro. No. That's going to come back. They're going to creep it back in, and then FSG will just jump back on it and stuff like that.
We do have the Super League. UEFA just took over it.
And then you got like with the whole Trump thing. With the whole Trump thing, it sounds worse than it is, because back in Trump, it wouldn't have mattered which president was in that position. If it's a conservative president, they would have backed it. That's their views on it. Like, America's quite split between liberals and conservatives and that. And for them, for billionaires, it's much better for you to back Trump. That's just how it is, because of the tax break. It's another billionaire in the same position. It shouldn't be like that. But if you think of it like this, them if they back Trump and Trump won again, they'd have more money for Liverpool, not less, because the taxes. You see the Biden taxes, they're ridiculous, bro. So it's all a bit of a mess. We can't it's kind of hard. Like, they've got their own views as Americans, and they're never going to change.
Well, the thing is, I would rather that money go into. Sorry to cut, because I would rather that money go into transfer than it go into Trump's pocket, to be honest. But we move. We move.
I think. That comment actually just brought up, kind of alludes to what I was just about to say. I think in the past few years they actually have, not to 100%, but they actually have worked towards filling some of them gaps in our squad. Like, our first 11 is as good as any in world football, you could argue. And then I would look at like this depth behind that, and you could argue that there's probably only cover for Salah, sure. Because if you look at the forwards we've got, right? Darwin, Jota, Firmino. You got 3 good guys there. You got Carvalho, Luiz on the left. Midfield, Thiago, Fabinho, Henderson, Elliott, Keita if he's fit. And stuff. So yeah, a bit like that. But we have brought in Ramsey to cover Trent. Obviously, he's only just coming back. We do have 4 quality centre backs. We have a world-class goalkeeper, probably the best in the world in my opinion, and a very good number 2. Yeah. And we have 2 good left backs. So the squad is just unfortunately like going through a period where there's injuries, but there's like injuries in midfield. Like I know we've lost Konate, and that's a bit worrying, but like there's just so many people out in one particular like area of the pitch. But I think it's a little bit. Whilst I agree with you, Rod, like I would like to see us be we keep talking about you can't just stock up. I would like us to stock a little bit more, just to cover us for this eventuality. But like I think our squad is actually quite good in its depth. So I think like they have actually done work to sort of do that. And to be honest, like it's easy said than done because you can't just buy players for depth. Like you've got to bring people in that are good enough to go into the first 11. So then your first 11 becomes the depth, if you like, whilst getting young players and then everything else to do with their profile. You know, if you look at someone like Konate that come in, he's like the perfect signing for me. Because not only is he quality now, but he's got such a long future ahead of him. He offers that depth and what have you. But the trouble is, you can't find players like that all across the pitch. And if you can, they cost a hefty fee. So you can never address all the issues in one summer. So I'm kind of a little bit not on the fence. I'm in your corner when I say, I would have liked to been a bit more proactive and maybe bring in 1 or 2 more faces this summer, especially knowing that we're losing people next summer. But I think, I don't know, I just think once the guys start coming back from their injuries, you'll start to realise how quality this squad actually is.
You're right. But I'm just thinking at the day, so like, you don't have to, in a sort of way, I agree with what you're saying. I do agree with what you're saying, and it makes perfect sense. But I just think at the day, so like, you don't have to do it in one window and everything that. It's like, we've had a 5-year period where they could have brought in your bodies bit by bit by bit. There's one transfer window and everything that when we won the league, we didn't buy nobody that season. Nobody at all. The season before that, when we won the Champions League and everything, we brought in Harvey Elliott, Seth Vandenberg, and Adrian. You know what I mean? Adrian was a free, Seth Vandenberg was a couple of million, and so was Harvey Elliott. Do you know what I mean? So I think at the end of the day, if you sort of like address your squad, refresh your squad over a period of time and everything that, so like when it gets to a certain time when players are injured and everything that, it won't seem so bad because you've always got somebody to step up and to come in. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I say like FSG could have done a bit more, that's what I mean. Over a period of time and everything that, just add little bits to your squad and everything that, so it doesn't leave you with too much to do. When you get to a chance window and everything that, you're thinking, oh shit, I've got to bring in this player, I've got to bring that player, I've got to bring in that player. Because you already got them, because you've done it over a period of time. But when you leave it sort of like with too much to do and everything that, that's when you get yourself in a muddle. So FSG really at the day should be saying, well, look, at the end of the day, right, we're going to buy 1 player this transfer season, the next season, and like you buy 2 players, and so on. Just gradually bring in players and from that. So you're not leaving yourself with too much to do. So in a way, and everything like them giving money to Trump and everything like that, right? They can give money at the end of the day to whoever they want to, because it's not my money. It's nobody else's money but theirs. But what I'm trying to say in the end of the day is that the money that you've given to Trump, you could have put that into the transfer kitty, and so you could have obtained sort of like refreshing the squad every season instead of like one season you didn't buy nobody. The season before and for that you spent what, 5 million? Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So you're leaving yourself with too much to do. Do you know what I mean? But I do agree with what you're saying, Cal. I do agree with what you're saying.
I think it splits, like when you talk about like the finances, it does kind of split people, because like I'm very much on the side of like I'm on the side of like, look, this is the best Liverpool team I've ever seen. I've said that, right? Yeah. And it's the most successful we've ever been for me supporting Liverpool as a fan. So this is as good as it's got for me. I am. It's just me as a person, I guess. I'm okay with not being wild with money because I can see like the whole infrastructure improving, you know, and everything around the club improving. So I hope that there's a day where like the Anfield Road end gets finished and the stadium's done and we're at what 63,000 and that's sad. The training facilities are there for the next decade, and actually in the future years to come, because Liverpool have put so much work into like getting that revenue in, that we do actually have summers now where we do spend a lot of money to sustain the success that we're already having. So I try and just be a little bit relaxed about it, but at the same time, it's difficult when you watch your team week in, week out, and you watch a game like Newcastle and you see how many injuries you've got, and you're just like, it gets frustrating. But I think like FSG, and I mentioned this before, they don't look at games, they don't look at weeks or months, they look at years. So if you have to go a summer whereby you don't fill all the gaps in your squad, they're not really going to be too concerned about it. And like fans' voices isn't going to even get to them, let alone concern them, because they can see the project continuously improving. So I mean, it does split fans. I get it. It's just I would like more signings, but I kind of see who we've signed this summer and think, yeah, I understood why we've signed them players. Like I actually feel like Ramsey, yeah, we need to cover it right back, and we've got somebody in. We needed a centre forward, and to be honest, after watching Darwin for Benfica against us, I was like, I'd love to have this kid, and we got him. Carvalho, we've all spoke about how exciting he is. Elliott's just come back, and look how brilliant he's been. So there are additions to the squad that, you know, you could justify. I just think, like I said, I keep going back to it, just the injuries. You know, I think we could be one midfield. We could be, if we signed an extra midfielder, say we got Douglas Luiz or Tielemans or something today, a lot of people would say that's the perfect summer. But the funny thing is, with fan bases, is you're either in a perfect summer or you're in a disastrous one. I just think we're not far off having a perfect summer, to be honest.
That's why I said to you that without so many injuries, and if the season didn't start as bad as it did, and we got the transfers later on, I don't think there'd be this outrage, bro. I really don't think. I think if we signed all them, 4 players we've signed so far, 1 on loan, if that was all in the last 2-3 weeks, there wouldn't be this outrage. But because it was all like done way long ago, and obviously the Carvalho one we already knew was coming from last season, and then you had all that. It sounds mad, isn't it? Because time's gone so quick. But we had that period of everyone just slagging off Nunes for like 2 or 3 weeks for no reason. Like just calling Andy Carroll all the time for no reason, bro. And then he has one game, didn't do anything. It's like, oh, we waste the money. Then he has the next game and scores 4 goals, and they're like, well, it's only pre-season. Then he scores in the first game, then he headbutts someone in the next game.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I fucking love it. He didn't actually headbutt me though. He just went like close to him, innit?
It's embarrassing from Anderson, to be fair. Like for someone who's such a big, strong guy on that, but he went down like a sack of potatoes. But
he stuck it on him as well. He stuck it on him. Yeah. And when the guy turned around and said, "Right, let's have it," you're falling over like some sissy. What's wrong with you?
Something happened in the Leeds Everton game, and both players went with the red. Like if one of them actually hit the deck. Yeah, and that was just, if one of them would have cried on the floor, there would have been a red card, wouldn't it, Savage? But
yeah, I think the Cucurella hair pull was worse than Darwin's head.
Yeah. We said
that's what's upsetting, you know. Like you get sent off for a headbutt, right? When you really go to the root of it, it's because it could potentially hurt somebody. Yeah, Haaland literally kicked a man in the head. It's like, it's so crazy, like. But I kind of when that happened, and even now, like I love that fire in him though. Like I don't want him getting sent off every week. Don't get me wrong, but I love that because when it comes to
he's got fire in him. Yeah,
I love it. I do.
When it comes to like proper big boy football in Champions Leagues and that's where like look, if you like assess a squad like Arsenal, like who are playing very well at the minute, probably do well in the league. Watch when they get top 4 and they get in Champions League next season and they're going up to Atletico Madrid away. That's different character, you know. Different character. Yeah. I say they got it nice now. Whereas we actually almost have the men for the big occasions. They're just freaking taking the foot off the gas, you know, for these Fulham away days.
Just leave one on, man. Just leave one on, man.
I love it, bro. I love it. Arsenal will be able to go through what City went through last season. You know, when City and Atletico had that match, bro, they're just kicking each other.
Yeah,
and you had Carrasco just running around clotheslining people. You wouldn't be. They wouldn't be able to handle it, man. I love it, bro. He's not gonna continue to throw his head around and stuff like that.
It's a man's game, man. It's a man's game.
Passion, bro.
Careful, Rod. You'll
man.
get cancelled. You get cancelled.
No, but you know something. There's a game. There's a game, right? I know it's obviously from way back when. Yeah, I was probably only like 1 year old. That goes show how long ago it was. Anyway, right? There's a game when Arsenal played sort of like Chelsea and everything that. And I tell you what, they were proper having it. You know, man was getting decked and everything. Listen, the goalkeeper. I don't know what the Chelsea player said to the goalkeeper. He gave him a left hook in his jawbone, you know, rocked his jaw, you know.
I just watched Souness videos, man. Like he was kicking like lumps out of fellas. Yeah, big Scottish 6'4" fella just going happy. Like
he was picturing Pogba before Pogba was about. He was, man. That's why he was looking at everyone. It's like, Pogba. I know that there's going to be a kid called Pogba born soon, and he's going to wind me up. He's just taking out all the anger on it, bro. Have you seen what's going on with Pogba and his brother?
Is it?
Yeah, that's mad.
It's mad, isn't it?
What's going on,
mate?
It's something quite bad. It's quite
They're
a lot.
beefing
Like
with each other, man. And Pogba's brother's coming out just dropping stories like it's J.K. Rowling novels daily, bro. Man said that. Said that Pogba paid big money to put a witch doctor to put a curse on Mbappe.
I've seen some of those videos on Twitter. They are mad. It's like, what?
It's like Adebayo's mom all over again, bro.
You know, if this story is true and these people have been following Pogba around to United and Turin and stuff, then like that's a lot to deal with, you know. Like
it's a lot, bro.
I don't care if you're a footballer, right, and you have all the luxuries that you could ever ask for.
Yeah.
You put someone in that situation, man. That can't be nice for the guy. But
horrible, bro.
It's his chat. It's I mean, I'm just reading. This is just from the reports. It's like people from back home that he knew growing up and that. So this has probably followed him around for so long, you know.
Yeah. It's a mess, man. Did you watch the documentary, Cav? Because I don't think I asked you at the time. The Pogba documentary.
Yeah, look, I didn't finish it because it was so boring. Like
I just watched it. Listen. I saw his misses and I continued to watch it, you know, like that.
It's Pogba, like he's a massive name. I watched it thinking it would be really insightful, and the preview clip was who was his agent? Who's obviously
he's Raiola in it talking about Man U.
Yeah, talking about Man U. So I thought, this is tasty. This is gonna be insightful, and then off of it's just like rubbish. Like, I don't care what his toddlers are doing, man.
Philip says, I like the aggression that Nunes has got, but I want him to channel it in the right way. I agree. Kingston vibes.
It's like Rooney in the beginning. Rooney wasn't as good when
players are. So you can't take it out of players too much because it ruins them, don't it? You got to.
You know who's the perfect one for that? Diego Costa, bro. This geezer.
Yeah, he was nice, bro.
He won Chelsea when Chelsea won that league under Conte, bro. Like he was just bullying people on his own. They were winning every game 1-0. He was scoring all the goals, and he was just doing like when he played against us. Every time I watched him, I was like, "This is the kind of guy, and you want at your own club, but when you're playing against him, oh my god."
Yeah, but you know something. He never ramped with Henderson though. Henderson put him in his place.
Henderson, haven't it?
Oh yeah.
He put him in his place.
Not one with a fake passport, and this geezer was 47 early, bro.
Yeah. I keep saying that there is no way. When Costa was at Chelsea, he was 20.
He said he was like 26 or something.
There is no way. The man was 37 then.
Does anybody know who's the captain for what team is it? It's not Senegal. In the African Cup of Nations, it's one of them. It might be Ivory Coast or Senegal, bro. But it was the main guy. I think he was the top goal scorer. And they tried to say he was 21, bro. And I'm like, this guy is someone's uncle, bro. He's not 21, bro. There's no.
What about Roger? Do you remember Roger Miller?
Oh, Roger Miller.
Roger Miller was 87 years old at night. Big up Kingston Vibes in the super chat, which is Jamrock, by the way, 1975 Jamrock. For some reason, someone banned Jamrock on the channel, so he can't actually get on the channel. And I'm going to try and sort that out, Jamrock, because it weren't any of us, my man. So and it definitely weren't me because I've got love for you. So I will sort that out and get your get you back on there, mate. Don't worry about it. Fellas, that FSG thing is clickbait. Headline one day I can give you his name, Michael Egan, noted 10k to Trump. Different employees donated 5.19 million to the other party. The headline was misleading. Big up Jamrock. And I mean, Jamrock's an American, so I'm going to take his word for it.
But it highlights the point, doesn't it? You can donate a penny. Doesn't matter if it's a transaction and someone picks up on it. They'll run with that headline for a story, won't they?
Exactly. It's exactly. So I called it's like some suspicious things going out of my bank account. I don't know what it's about.
No, you know what they are.
SpaceX says, would you have preferred Calcedo, but Arthur should be all right? It's a question for you guys. Cav?
I don't know.
They're obviously different players. I think Casado, I've only really paid attention to him this season. It's only been a few games, but he has looked very good. Basuma-esque type midfielder, which is what I thought we needed. And I think from Klopp's comment, what he actually wanted. But the thing with Arthur is he has the potential to be like Thiago kind of levels good, you know, whereas I think Casado has a ceiling that's much lower than that. So I a few weeks back probably would have said Casado because, to be honest, I don't think Arthur crossed anyone's mind. I don't know. It's not a lot between it. I'm not given the choice. I probably would have said Casado, but yeah, I'm happy if we've got Arthur.
I'll say Arthur. Arthur full experience. You know what I mean? Because I was played in Barcelona, I played in Serie A, so full experience. I would say sort of like Arthur, because with Salcedo, we just heard about him. Excuse me, we literally just heard about him. Do you know what I mean? But Arthur is a name that's been around for a while, so he's got that experience that can bring to your team and everything that. Do you know what I mean? So Arthur, yeah, I would have preferred Arthur. And somebody did say on one of these streams and everything like that, somebody did say that Liverpool will get a player that we least expect. Do you know what I mean? That we least expect and everything like that. And they've done it.
Yeah, it was Jamie who said it.
Are you that dog?
I am that dog, yeah.
I am that dog. He said it with no passion or conviction.
I am that dog.
No, sold it completely.
You're not a Nunes, are you? You're definitely not a Nunes. Man. Fucking hell, man.
Jack.
Yeah, well, but I went to the Brighton game last season anyway, and Mwepu, I've seen a lot more of Mwepu in his time anyway, and he's a big lad as well. He was a big physical lad, and he got round the park. Liverpool's midfield was tragic. Yeah. Like, he's a big lad himself, and I think he's not been starting a lot of games this season. Let's have a quick look at how many games he has. Yeah, he's played 5 games this season, and I think he played in 18 as well. So, but yeah, I've not seen a lot of Calcedo or whatever his name is anyway. But I mean, it's just one of them, and I've seen a lot of reports over the last couple of months. A lot of it was just coming from very suspicious sources. Anyway, just say that.
We've got 600 people watching right now, guys. So make sure you hit that fun button underneath the video, guys. Get them likes way up. Let's get them right over 100 likes, guys. Yeah, got over 600 people watching us right now. Big up to everyone watching. Let's get the likes right over 100. So hit that fun button underneath the video, guys. Big up to everyone. Savage, Casado or Arthur?
Oh yeah, you know my views on Casado already. He's looked good in the two games and that, but I've actually watched him play. Like before that Manchester United game, I heard nothing about Casado at all. And the season previous to that, I think he had 10 games, but he didn't even start. I think he started about 4 of them. So you know what it's like. One player does one thing and then everyone hypes him up and that. Now I'm not saying he's not got the potential to be great or whatever and that, but the sample size of 2 games compared to, if I'm not completely honest, about 20 games all in all I've seen of Arthur of his career, then I'll just go with Arthur, of course. But yeah, man, it's mad that his name's Arthur Melo and that, because if you seen his full name and that, he's Brazilian. Imagine Arthur and Henrique Santos Ramos Melo. Simply put, Arthur.
I swear, up to today, everyone has called him Arthur. Liverpool are interested in him as Arthur Melo now. It's as if they're trying to
Cav, if you look at the chat on Twitter, if you look at the chat this morning when I first responded, when somebody had put I was like, Is that the same Arthur from who used to play for Barcelona? Because I just know him as Arthur with Arthur on the back
what
of
I
his top.
thought.
Where did this Melo come from, bro?
Exactly what I thought. It's if they have to change it to make it not sound as like.
Bro, I spent my whole life thinking that Ronaldo had one name, bro. And then when somebody told me he had more to his name, I'm like, well, I don't like it. His name's Ronaldo only. Give me this whole long-ass Ronaldo Nazario, and there's more added to it as well. Forget that, bro. Name Ronaldo.
Ronaldo Nazario. Yeah, it's just R9, ain't it? Just leave it.
Yeah.
Savage and players wise, what's going on?
Hey, listen, man. Listen. I got misses, man. I love women in it, but yeah, that's what it is, man. Just saying, bro. Just appreciate the beauty. Have you seen Pogba's wife, bro? Listen.
See my wife. Jesus.
Come on.
Big up to Lauren if she's watching. Here you go. That's the only compliment you're getting her today. Right. Any Brazilian called Arthur must be good. Exactly. Exactly. When I hear the word Arthur, all I can think about is on the buses. That's all I can think about. And if anyone's at an age and they know.
Trust me. I think of the hamster. I do. You know Arthur, the cartoons and that.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's all right. That's where my mind goes.
I don't know. I'm too old.
Does he start for Brazil? I think Wolfie just said in the chat.
He's got 20 caps, I think.
He's got 20 caps. I don't know if he's starting lately. That's the thing.
No, last few Brazil games I've seen he didn't start. But...
He'll want to be in that squad for the World Cup, won't he? So he's not only to try and get some regular football for himself. Obviously, he's out forever at Juve, but to get in that Brazil squad, he's gonna want to play, isn't he? He's gonna want to impress.
Yeah, exactly. Jamrock also says the issue at Liverpool is not dollars in the transfer target. It's rigidity. It's the rigidity form from both Klopp and the recruitment team. We spoke about this yesterday and the day before about, you look at Conte at Spurs. He wants his players in now, and Klopp is a bit more. Klopp's not demanding like that. Klopp ain't go to FSG and bang on their door and demand this, that, and that's just not his nature. We know that. Plus, we know Klopp likes a certain type of player. You have to be a certain type of player to play for his team, and if you're not, you don't buy that. And now people will go and say, well, is Arthur one of them? Because Arthur's not, it is a name that's not come up anywhere. So when I saw this today, it did shock me. So it's not a name that's come up anywhere, but I keep saying before, Fabinho weren't a name that came up anywhere. Jota weren't a name that come up anywhere. So... Yeah.
You think? Well, would you say that he just wasn't on the list of options at the start of the summer or throughout the summer? Do you think this is someone that they've got the laptops out and they've been checking the stats? Because I tell you now, if you put for like per 90 minutes best passer of the most passes, successful passes, long range completion passes, the guy's high. So do you think this is a case of Liverpool? Sweating a little bit with the injuries last day and got out that, Excel spreadsheet and gone, right, refresh it. Who appears at the top now?
Yeah, and then... Cav, I think if you think about it, when we asked Jamie about how long he had left on his contract, still a while on it. So when it comes to spending money and that, they're looking for who's closer to the end of their contract. And if they're not, and it's someone we have to spend money on, then it has to be just the best one. And the best one will probably be the one who's the youngest and got the talent and the potential on top of that. I don't think it means that like they're not interested in certain people at all. It's just that you're looking at the date and how the contract is like, are they even available right now? That's not on top of our list, because usually a recruitment team would have different lists on it, and they'll give Klopp interest like, there's this guy to look at. And if they give him the first 5 and he goes through them and he's starting to look, and then Tuchel would seem to be like he was the top of the list. Then second on the list, I don't know, but it seems to be that it was Bellingham. If that is the case, it's kind of like, well, we'll think he'll be available. It's clearly, they probably spoke to Dortmund. He's not going anywhere this year, next year. And then, we'll deal with it. And then, obviously, the Hendo thing happens. They probably went through the whole list after that and said, who's available to get on loan, because we actually don't want to use our money on somebody to buy him straight off now. And then he might have been the one who was like, hey, like you said, he jumped at the chance. Listen, I want to get into the Brazil squad. He's not playing me anyway. They don't like the way I play. I'll come here. And then I think it's just perfect match. I think that's probably what the most likelihood will happen. And like I said, he gets a free audition now. He gets a whole season of auditioning at Liverpool. And if he's good enough, and even if it's Bellingham's the person for next season, I don't think he's going to be super expensive, Arthur. So buy both of them, man, and then we'll deal for the seasons after not taking a transfer because we've already got them in. Because I think that's the thing. Everyone keeps saying that we need a transfer every season. No, we don't need one every season. It's not feasible, innit? If they're the right age, then you don't need a transfer every season. So instead of having Bellingham that season and then waiting another season to replace somebody else, no, get both of them in, because Milner's gonna go just because he's coming to the end of his career. Naby's gonna go. Ox is gonna go. Even Ox don't really count his numbers, but that's 3 people straight off, and you've got a replacement in for 2, and them 2 are better than all 3 of them together. That's way better, bro. Way more quality, way more durability, less injuries. You know what I mean? Ox at the moment doesn't really count as a Liverpool player. With the most respect to him, I like him, but when we talk about squads and who's injured, I don't even know why we say stuff like we got 9 injuries. We don't, because Ox is always injured. We got 8, and then you know what I mean. So
it's the emergence of Harvey Elliott, though, boys, as well. I wouldn't want to be bringing in a midfielder that stops the potential of Harvey Elliott. We all watched that game last night, and the fact that Klopp started him beginning of last season before he got injured and he was out for a couple of low ages. That, would you say that plays a massive part? The development of Harvey Elliott preoccupying that right central midfield role. The lad's 19. I'd much rather play one of our youth players, but Harvey Elliott, the sheer potential. And I think last night probably more or less reminded everyone his qualities on a football pitch.
Best game I've ever seen him play, man. It was great yesterday.
He's going to be one of our first names on the team sheet if he carries on this season.
I don't think the Bellingham.
Sorry, just a quick one. I'm gonna shoot off now, guys. But you know what? It's been good being on still, because love this community. Do you know what I mean? Love this community.
We got rods, man.
So we can reason and sort of like. It's lovely because you know what? Isn't there? We can just like reason like adults in the day about our team and agree to disagree and everything that. Do you know what I mean? And listen to each other's points and everything like. We may not agree with it, but we're still courteous about it and stuff like that. So love this community and everything that. And Jamie, keep on doing what you're doing, and you, Savage, and John, Jack as well. You know, keep on doing what you're doing, and big up John as well, and obviously big up Cavalli as well. Yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Yeah?
Tell one where they can find.
Oh yeah, Anfield Rods. I've got my Anfield Rods and Nick. I've got my channel on YouTube and everything like that. I'll put it in the link anyway in our group, and everything like that. So Anfield Rods and Nick. Just come over there. We're always having a good chat and everything like that. John was on there yesterday. We had a nice little chat and stuff. So yeah, just come over, man. But guys, I'll catch you soon. Yeah, take care.
Cheers, Rod. Good to see you.
Hey, John.
We'll be joined by Mr. John Moore.
Give us a smile, man. Yesterday was pissed, bro. Go on, look at his face.
There we go.
Oh, he's made him smile.
Mr. John Moore in the house. How are we doing, Johnny boy?
Yesterday. Look at him, man.
I'm not better than well yesterday. I've calmed down. I've calmed down. I'm all right now.
Big up, Johnny boy. How you doing, my friend?
Job, bro. That's why he's happy. Come on.
Everton have just re-signed Ida Segay, apparently.
Yeah, signing for them still.
And Fulham have signed up Willian on a free transfer as well.
Willian is the whore of the Premier League, man. He goes to anyone. Yeah.
Willian must be about 37 by now, surely. Aston Villa want 40 million now for
40 million.
Arsenal 25 is like, no, I don't know.
Arsenal have made an improved bid of 25, but they want 40. And apparently,
you know what's going to happen now, isn't it, Jay?
They're now saying Liverpool. They're now saying Liverpool are looking at him now.
What? Now he's gone up to 40.
Yeah. That is how we do work. We've done that before. Don't forget, we went and bought Ox with a year left for 40 mil.
Could there people waiting on a transfer fee to be agreed and it's not going to get it? Would it
Probably.
We went in Chelsea agreeing a fee and then we went in.
Apparently, someone's bid 100 million for De Jong as well.
What?
Forest, defo Forest, isn't it?
Yeah, Forest have just bought their 21st player as well.
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Chelsea. You know, they've made a good with that move. What they've done earlier with the, I think it ends up being 5 million and Alonso for Aubameyang. They've done a good deal there, and if they splash the cash on De Jong only after that, they're all right, man. They're all right. The team looks completely different, really quick, bro. Because
Connor, do you want to come
so
on,
far,
mate?
Sterling
Connor, if
looks
you
like
want
the
to
best
come on,
player.
let me know in the chat, Connor, and I'll send you the link. Let me know
But
if you
yeah,
want to come on,
Arsenal's
Connor.
not paying 40 million for Douglas Luiz. They'll go straight to Tielemans now, and then Liverpool probably end up with Douglas Luiz maybe. But
Well, that's what Leicester are asking for Tielemans as well, 40 mil.
Is whether they get Douglas Luiz or Tielemans, is that what you think they need? Because, like, in my opinion, I think Arsenal do need a midfielder, but I think they need a bit more of a combative, destructive midfielder because Partey's a good player on his day, but he does get injured a lot. And then
he's injured now, isn't
he? His backup is El Neni, which is a massive drop off. So I'd have thought, yes, they need a midfielder, and if they get Douglas Luiz or Tielemans, like it's a good addition. Don't get me wrong. I thought they'd have just gone for somebody a bit more of a defensive-minded midfielder. That's all.
I think for Villa,
they got injuries in their midfield, don't they?
Yeah, and last season and the season before, they played Douglas Luiz in the 6 sometimes as well. And if they're thinking of trying to think of who's in their midfield already, because I told people already, bro. I was a massive fan of John McGinn, but I'm telling you, bro, he's on the way down, bro. No disrespect to him, he's not the same. I thought it was just me in it, and then when I spoke to like the Villa fans, they're not interested, bro. They've changed completely on McGinn, quick time, bro. And that's why they pissed at Gerrard for making him captain as well, because obviously they didn't want Mings to have it, but they didn't want McGinn to have it either. And now, yeah, Gerrard's getting booed and stuff already. No, man, it's a bit mad for Villa still. It could be Man City might destroy them, man.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, you mentioned they've got injury issues. Like so have Chelsea, so have we.
Yep.
You know, we're not the only people in this boat. You know, maybe it's just coincidence. Maybe someone can make up a nice theory about it being so many games played, starting the season earlier. You know, there's a lot of stories you could try and make, but not the only people with injury issues to midfield. It's probably why
football in general, there's too much football in it. Like we love it, but there's too much football.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Can we just go back to your point though, Jack, on Bellingham though, because I've always got time of day to talk about Bellingham. I don't think Bellingham coming in does hinder the progress of Harvey Elliott, to be honest, because they are different players. Like Liverpool, if they're successful, play 60 odd games in a season, so there'll be plenty of playing time from both. But also, like the amount of midfielders that we're probably going to have go at the end of the season, like there's going to need to be like bodies brought in. So yeah, I don't think it hampers Harvey's, and I don't think it hampers Carvalho's if Carvalho's, progress is in that midfield as opposed to being a front wide man.
I can't foresee us getting Bellingham though, boys. We spoke about this, haven't we? Who's to say he's going to come to Liverpool? I've got a feeling they go to City. Bellingham anyway, but yeah.
We could, I think, with so much of like the talk that's already been had with Bellingham, and like he's got family members that are Liverpool fans, and I think Liverpool obviously there's no smoke without fire, and I think it's gone on for so long, and there's been such a conversation with it that I think that there is something there. But the truth of the matter is, like, when the summer rolls around, look, you could get him in January, depending on how well Dortmund do in the Champions League. But when the opportunity comes around, Liverpool ain't going to be the only men in the race. So it will come down to what he assesses as a better option financially, in terms of progression, which manager he wants to play under and stuff. And look, there's nothing that I think the club can really do when we get to that stage, because if you are competing with Man City, then like I'm biased because I'm a Liverpool fan. I think we'll be the better club to come to, and Klopp will be a good man to play for. But you can't really argue if he decided to go Man City, get paid a load of money, win titles, and play under Pep. That's also, such a good option for him. So I suppose that's part of people's frustration, is why they'd have probably liked him this summer, is because we all know in the back of our minds that when Dortmund actually say, yeah, okay, someone can get him now, we're not going to be the only men there. and we wanted to kind of jump the queue with him, but just it's not doable with the money that we needed to do that.
Yeah, 100%, Gav. And that's the thing, boys. We spoke with David Springer was a show on this week as well, where we spoke about obviously if Liverpool aren't in a situation like City or a couple of clubs in Europe where we've got no proper depth, if you get me. We've got no players in and around like the age like 25, 26, really, that we can say, oh, right, you're going to be... It's like if Arthur come in and he established himself as a real key figure in the team, but we're now in a position where we've got to play the kids for the sake of playing the kids. There's a couple of comments as well, and a great point about Foden. City, I mean, with Pac-Man mentioned with Foden, he didn't necessarily play a lot of games, and obviously Bernardo Silva come in and replace him anyway, and that's the ideal situation we'd like to be in terms of bringing Elliott in when Elliott is needed in the odd game here and there. But I think at the minute, we spoke about Harvey getting ran into the ground, which he currently is, because we've got no other player to really play for him anyway, especially in that right-hand side, because I don't think any more people can deal with watching Henderson spam crosses for another 20-odd games into the season.
Oh, I'm done with Henderson.
Yeah. Nah, Jay, you started this yesterday saying you were done, and then you had to clarify you meant for like the next few games.
Yeah. I got to keep saying that because I'm not done with him as just like he needs to be dropped. That's all. But Gang and Deep says here, question for the panel: more than likely, Arthur Melo will be our last incoming. What are your expectations for Liverpool this season? I'll go with Savage first.
What is this guy doing?
Oh, is he froze or? Yeah, I think he's froze. Cav,
your expectations? Yeah, he's definitely gone. Yeah, there you go.
Expectations. Hurts me to say it, but I'm going to be honest. I think that the league is a stretch this season because I think for us, there's too many injuries. There's too many. Not too many, but there's new faces that are coming in which need to settle, and that's an unknown. Whereas what is a known is that Man City's incomings, Alvarez, Haaland, have settled, and they're playing football like they usually do, as a machine, collecting points, winning regardless of the opposition, coming back from behind, showing that mentality. I'd love for Liverpool to win the league. That at the start of the summer, that was what I wanted out of all the competitions. I wanted the league, but I just think, to be honest, Man City are just too consistent, too much of a force. And I don't think for us to win the title, we have to be perfect, and we might just be a bit short of perfect. I think we could do quite well in the Champions League because on any given day against any team, Liverpool can win. And especially at Anfield, we can overcome any kind of fallback that we might have in first legs and this and that. So, and momentum as well. This team runs so much on momentum. So if we can get a good run in the Champions League, and we're already kind of out of the title race or what have you. Even if we're in the title race, to be fair, like, because this team playing every 3 days is a bit of a myth that they struggle with that. Actually, they play well when they play regularly. I just think we've got a better chance of the Champions League. But again, that you can no when whoever says they can predict, who's going to win the Champions League is purely guessing. It's all just trying to look at squads and assess, what their prestige is in the Champions League, how they deal with pressure. Liverpool got to be top of that list as well. So whether we win that or not, I don't know. I think we've got a much better chance at that, though, than we have the league.
John?
Top 4. Win Champions League. We're not going to tell us. I don't think we'll have the depth from the squad to go for the title. And City's just too good, especially with Haaland up top. So I'd be happy with second in the league, third in the league. A good push for a Champions League. Maybe an FA Cup.
Domestic cups, top 4, Champions League.
Yeah. Well, I hope I'm going to go second and third, boys. I agree with what Kevin and John have said. Haaland's scary, boys. 9 goals already. Back-to-back hat-tricks in the Premier League. Has anyone ever got, 3 back-to-back hat-tricks, like a back-to-back-to-back hat-trick in the Premier League?
He did it in 5 days as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
Absolutely
no,
mad.
I'd agree. Go with the Champions League, as we've seen. So yeah, I'd hopefully. My heart's saying go for the league, but as the lads have said, no chance of that really.
No.
If we get injuries as well. But yeah, top 2, top 3, Champions League semi-final at minimum. Hopefully.
We're joined by Connor. How you doing, Connor?
You got Connor.
I'm doing all right. Thought today would be a pretty dull day, and it's been exciting so far. Apart from when I see all the memes of Arthur, the animated version, not of course the real life version.
Oh, that was a show. That was a show, and the song to that, the theme tune to that was awesome as well. It had a reggae beat, didn't it?
It was awesome, but I've literally just been on Twitter and seen about 4 pages full of Arthur memes. So I'm happy now that he's signing, but. Yeah, I just think it's a bit of a weird one, if I'm being honest. Out of it all, but of course I listened to the show, and yeah, I think all of you have mentioned good points on that. But I just think it's a very weird signing from Liverpool.
What do you find weird about it, Connor?
I just think that surely there's obviously the plan A is obviously to go after Bellingham or someone of that caliber, but I just think, and obviously Klopp spoke about Tchouaméni and how Liverpool obviously had him planned and so on. But surely there must have been someone out there from Tchouaméni till now. There must have been someone out there that Liverpool surely looked at. And there we go. There's the good old Arthur. But I just think there is. I think there should have been someone out there that... I've literally just seen about 3 pictures of that on Twitter. I didn't need to see that again. But yeah, that's the only way that I think Arthur's a bit weird in that aspect. But I don't think I'm the only person in that bracket as well.
Ziggy Marley was on the soundtrack to Arthur. There you go. This is legendary.
That was my favorite cartoon, bro.
Yeah, if I could play it right now, I would. So is Arthur's Klopp's target? Is the guys? That's a good question. That's a good question. What are we thinking now?
That's why it's alone.
Yeah. Now, players that come to Liverpool that Klopp probably didn't buy don't usually play. How many minutes is Arthur going to get if that's the case?
Depends. I think everyone else comes back from injury, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I can't wait as well for Arthur to make his debut against Derby in the Carabao Cup and then never play again. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Oh, mine.
What a pivot with Arthur and Jay Spearing. That'd be quality. That nice. A double pivot with like the canteen lady and DM or something in the 6. That'd be great. That will get to the final. But yeah, I don't think it's it doesn't seem like a Klopp signing. And as the lads, before they come on, lads, you said it perfectly obvious. It screams to me a Kabak, Davis, and a Shahin from years ago. Nuri Shahin, anyway. Like
Nuri Shahin is a good player. It's just that Rodgers didn't know what to do with him, did he?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think he is of the Kabak ilk. Like Kabak, I know Arthur's random, but he's a known quantity, and like what we do know is he has ability and experience and stuff. Kabak was just like really just. I'm not sure the guy was even a footballer before we signed him. Like you guys would have to convince me he was.
Now, word on the street is he owned a kebab shop and I don't know.
I am not gonna make.
No, Jay, you just keep that. Keep whatever's in your head in your head.
I didn't say anything. It was savage.
Hey man, listen.
Oh, dear.
You watch that game back, Kabak versus Leicester, bro, and you'll realize real quick. This geezer serves chips for a living, bro. There's no way he's a footballer, bro. He's just watching. I just remember there's a ball where he's just watching the ball and Vardy just ran past him, bro. Said I've had enough of this guy already, bro.
God, oh, for God's sake. Gangan deep, Donna Kabak. Jesus Christ. Ben Davies. You know Ben Davies is returning for the Liverpool Legends match when he's older, don't you?
Mate, you see Ben Davies at WrestleMania before you see him in the Liverpool show.
Yeah, Nuri Sahin was immense for Dortmund. I remember when we got Nuri Sari, I was buzzing for it because I knew he was a good player. Then Rodgers didn't know what to do with him. And I remember he went back to Klopp, and Klopp was shocked. And Klopp was like, well, and he actually said it. Brendan obviously doesn't know what to do with good players. He actually said it. It was hilarious. And he's probably right.
He chipped in with a few goals, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he was a good player.
Yeah.
You won't see him as he's invisible. Yeah, that's the thing. So he doesn't. The problem is, the midfield problems we got at the moment. I think Arthur will play.
He'll play.
I just don't see him being in the team straight away. I think he'll be in the squad and on the bench. Obviously, we've got the Merseyside derby on Saturday, guys, and that's an important game now. We've gone 2 games on the trot of a win. We need another one, and we're back right up there again with 3 wins. So, with Arsenal playing United on the weekend as well, there's a lot of big games. So this is a must-win game, and
because obviously Villa's going to beat Man City as well. So that's another couple of points dropped. So just catch up in it.
What do you think then, Jay? When do you think we will see him? Because obviously, like you said, Everton at the weekend, the derby. You might not want to put him in for that just yet. Then you got Napoli away, which is a tough game. That's got a bit of needle in it, and then you got Wolverhampton at home. So I'm sure he'll play some minutes. But when do you think his first start might come?
Champions League.
Champions League, I think. I think he might even play against Napoli away. I think Champions League.
I think he plays, man.
I think Champions League might actually suit him a bit like when we got Konate in. Yeah. When we got Konate in, he went sort of more into Champions League first, didn't he? Man United have signed Martin de Braakford on loan, by the way.
I thought they'd done that yesterday or the day before. Good goalkeeping
as well. Yeah, I think he'll be. I can see him starting against Napoli away.
Yeah,
because European football will be more his thing. It'd be easier to settle him into a European game than it would be a fast-paced Premier League game straight away. I'd say. I don't know what you guys think, Jack. You reckon?
Yeah, 100%. And as we've seen in Champions League over the last couple of years, it suited Liverpool a lot more. I think teams come at Liverpool a lot. Obviously, you fancy the bet, and that's why we've gone to like 3 of the last 5 Champions League finals anyway. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I mean, I tell you what, if it does come off, like Christ, like we'll probably I think they didn't. Juventus has got Pogba on and a couple of other players. So the wage bill at Juve used to have Ronaldo, so it's quite a big wage list at the minute. So they needed players off the books, and it could be a win-win if he does well. For Liverpool, happy days. We could do like a little 20-odd to 30-odd million deal, but time will tell. But it will be, as the lads said, Champions League, FSC.
Yeah. Well, his market value on transfer market is 16.2 million.
Yes, he's got a guarantee. He'll have a wonder of a season, and then Juventus demand fucking 40 million for him. We won't pay
it. You know it, don't you? Know it.
But the main thing in that is that he has a good season. Like if we don't get him at the
as long as he has a good season, it's all good for us. Exactly.
Yeah.
So Connor, we're just saying about Arthur and when looking at the fixtures, when he possibly gets his first game and first start. So obviously not a Merseyside derby. You don't start him in that. I think if he signs today, if the paperwork gets in time today, apparently he can be in the squad.
Yeah.
But we're looking at the fixtures of thinking, maybe Napoli away. Maybe Klopp goes, you're used more to European football. European football is the hustle and bustle of the Premier League. Might take a while to get used to. Because we did the same sort of thing with Konate. Played a lot of Champions League football, didn't he, really? You see the same sort of thing maybe with Arthur? Go down that route?
100%. I can definitely see him playing Champions League footy. It depends on whether or not how Liverpool go about this as well. I think if we go 4-2-3-1, especially in Champions League, I think that could be an option. But again, I don't think that's majorly going to happen, especially in the league. But because it is a loan deal, you're expecting just to come straight in, especially with Hendo's injury now as well. So if the paperwork is done in time, it wouldn't surprise me if he was on the bench for even Everton. I'm not saying he's going to make an appearance, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was named on the bench for Everton. and maybe brought on maybe just to feel a game, depending on if Liverpool obviously are comfortable in the game. So, but yeah, I think Champions League. I agree with a lot of you guys well saying that I think Champions League is the main time that he will get this season for Liverpool.
Savage, you think the same?
Yeah, I think he plays against Everton. I just don't think he starts.
Yeah.
If you look at the fact that we've rushed in to get him because of Henderson being injured, Hendo would have played in that game for sure against Everton. And I think Midi was going to play because he didn't play much in the last game, did he? He didn't come on for that long. He plays Trent with about 18 minutes left. So they probably will start with Elliott, Milner, and Fab. And I think he'll be a good person to come off the bench, to be fair. They'll bring him and Carvalho on at the same time, probably. And and then I think Napoli he'll start. I agree with what Connor said, to be honest, man. When you get a lone player, you don't really get them to bed them in and take your time with them and all that stuff because they're on borrowed time already. Just throw them in, man. He's fit to go. He hasn't played any football this season, but obviously he's trained and had pre-season. So, yeah, bring him in, man. He's got a couple training sessions. That's why I don't think he'll start against Everton, just because he wouldn't have had the training sessions under his belt. But after that, I'm sure that he'll start against Napoli, and that way Milner doesn't have to play the game straight away. And we got Curtis Jones back as well, which is good. So, yeah, man, looking forward to it though. I'm actually really excited to see him play now. Like, it's one thing seeing him play for a different team, but with our squad, yeah, man, I'm very excited to see him play, bro. So hopefully it all goes well, man.
Yeah, I think, John, what do you reckon, my man?
Yeah, I've probably agreed. It's probably the Champions League football. He's going to make play to start with. I don't see him playing many Premier League matches, to be honest with you. He's going to take away. He's still Premier League, like you all said. But I'd play him against Napoli. It'd be good against Rangers at Ibrox. Well, what? Can't play football. Cup games. I can't really see him playing many league matches.
Yeah, I mean, he plays on the left-hand side of a midfield three, don't he? Or he plays DM. There is two sort of positions. Now, Harvey Elliott has basically taken Jordan Henderson's position in this midfield. He's basically taken it. He plays right centre. He plays on the right side of a midfield three. That is Harvey Elliott's position now. And watching Harvey last night, I mean, Harvey was... I mean, Jack and Connor, I don't know. I haven't heard from you two yet, but about Elliott's performance last night. What was your thinking of his?
Go ahead, Connor. You go first.
No, look, I love Harvey Elliott. I think he's the best, been our best player this season, without a doubt. I think, look, we all saw in those.
The player was Naby Keita. We don't want 11 players.
Hey, look, right? Like, chill. Like, I can love all Liverpool players, not just a few. I can love all. But look, I love Naby Keita. Don't get me wrong. But freaking get out my club. Wait, what? No, but I think look, I think Harvey Elliott. We all saw what he could do in those 4 games last season, and I think Klopp, when he come back from injury, as well, you could see what he was planning for Harvey Elliott for this summer, in terms of getting him back into shape, letting him have the summer as well to get his feet back, and then now we're clearly seeing him being the best, not only the best midfielder, the best player for Liverpool at the minute. And for me, he keeps his spot in this team no matter what. And for the derby as well, 100% Harvey Elliott plays, because for me he's not worth dropping for anything at the minute.
No, yeah, Jack.
Yeah, give Harvey another 10-year contract. Keep that man at the club. It was his willingness, and we all watched that shocking performance last night, and just beat around the bush. It was appalling again, and the fact that it was Salah. It was the only one that had actually the bottle really to carry that ball, and I think seeing stat he did probably lose the ball quite a lot of times. But I'd much rather, fair enough, if players try and put the ball forward. At least he was driving. A 19-year-old was driving this Liverpool team on to try and win a game of football. He's a man ahead of his years. I spoke about it last night. He played like a 25-year-old last night, and I'm hoping if he can stay fit, a very special player. And given a couple of my Fulham mates as well, they've said Carvalho's got a higher ceiling than Elliott. And if that's the case, Christ, we've got two of the best young players in world football if they continue developing as they hopefully do, mate. But keep him in the team, mate, and long may it continue.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So he's taken that right-hand side of the midfield up, which I said would happen. I said it in pre-season. Harvey Elliott will start the season and he will be our main midfielder. And you got him and Fabinho. Fabinho plays the 6. Elliott's going to play on that right-hand side. Then the left-hand side is freed up. Usually when Thiago's fit, that's where Thiago's going to play. Now, that's where Arthur plays as well. So it might end up being a good bit of business to help keeping Thiago fit at the same time, because Thiago can play the main games and Arthur can play the other games on that position. So you're keeping Thiago fitter. Thiago plays the big games. Thiago plays the other games on the left-hand side. Then he can also rotate with, a Milner or a Naby if he's fit. Hendo can rotate with Fabinho in the 6. And then you got Carvalho as well. So this the one little bit of transfer business does help a little bit, in rotating the midfield, Cav, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. And we've now gone from thinking that Carvalho might have to start on the left side of midfield to actually taking the time now to just nurture him in and having his minutes just being off the bench. Although I've called for him to start, I would accept, that nurturing of his game and bedding him in and coming on and starting the cup games and things like that. Arthur coming to Liverpool just facilitates that, because he's an extra body and is, like you've said, he's a body that can play on the left side of that midfield, which is what we don't have when Thiago's out. But I think the other thing with Arthur is, and maybe I'm looking at this a little bit too simplistically, is Klopp can almost just say to Arthur, watch these games and watch Thiago and just try and replicate what he does, because he's a very, very similar player. I think we've said. I think we'd all say Thiago's better, obviously, but very similar in the way that he receives the ball, the way he, gets it off the centre backs, plays simple passes around the midfield, plays. I've just watched some of his highlights. Can play a long range pass with good success. He's quite press resistant, but he does it in a different way to perhaps Thiago. Thiago's a bit more flair with it when he drops the shoulder and fakes with his foot and goes the opposite way. He doesn't do that, but that's quite a unique skill. But he is quite press resistant, and if he's got pressure on someone behind him, he can adjust his body and use both feet to get out of a press. So he's doing it. From what I've seen, he's doing a lot of things that Thiago is responsible for in this team. Whether he can match Thiago's ball recoveries and track him back, which is something I think surprised the whole fan base when we seen Thiago do that, was run back and win the ball. And I said before, even if you don't win the ball, he kind of forces the opposition into areas where Fabinho can come across or Robertson can come across and just pick that ball off him, push people into traps, really. So I'd like to see if he can do that side of his game, because in fairness, if he can't, he might not be an option to Thiago. But I think he can. So I think he can do both sides. But yeah, you're right. It's just at this stage for Liverpool, we just need a body in that midfield. And if they can play on the left-hand side of the midfield and the DM, then they're solving, two solutions for us. Because I think we've spoke about it earlier. Fabinho, if he's out, we are a little bit screwed, because there's no real cover now. Henderson's out. So yeah, he's solving two problems for us a little bit, I think.
Yeah, totally. Now, what you got for us here, Andrew?
Yeah, I was just listening to what Cav was spot on, but obviously this is FB Ref compares Arthur and Melo to the players in and around Europe's top 5 leagues. But over the last 365 days, obviously you can see he ranks in the 97th percentile, obviously in the top 3% of players in the top 5 leagues in Europe. So his pass completion rate over last year has been 91.1%. His passes attempt, he's got obviously 73%, and he's obviously in the 7th percentile as well. So And as you can see, progressive passes, 80%. So that does carry in terms of completed passes that move the ball forwards to the opposition's goal. And obviously, progressive carries as well. He's in the top 17% in European football. So, and that goes to a point in what Cav was saying, spot on, in terms of his number of times applying pressure to opposition players who are obviously receiving and carrying the ball and releasing the ball. So he's in the top 26 percentile. So yeah, they are his strengths anyway. And it's very similar, as Kevin, obviously a couple of years have mentioned today. I was only just looking at this before as well. Very similar, and you can understand why we brought him in. I've not seen a lot of them, but if you look at the data and just those little stats anyway, you would allude to very similar characteristics in which Thiago does anticipate. And when I'll probably get up Thiago's, saying that, I'll probably compare them in a little second, mate, but just those little stats, you can get it better than inside to what his game is all about, really. That one really impresses me in terms of his presses. So he's a player that likes to press, and obviously a hallmark of a Liverpool player, and especially a Liverpool midfielder as well. So he's in obviously the top 26 percentile. So interesting. I just thought I'd show that.
Do you know what an obvious question to ask is when you see all of that? Why are we doing it on deadline day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because maybe it's just us talking ourselves around him, building him up a little bit. But you look at them stats. Why wasn't this guy signed earlier in the window? I get, look, we've got the Henderson injury now and stuff, but based on all of that, I'd have took him anyway.
Sure. I know Savage has got a bounce.
Yeah, man, I got flipping photo shoots we want to do, man. I didn't even check the time, bro. So
thanks for coming in as always, my man. As always.
Always come laughing, bro.
Can you tell us what you're shooting, Savage, or no?
I mean,
no.
Late night stream, innit? That got wild,
yeah.
It's a bit early for your shooting, so we usually start about 10 o'clock.
No, man, it's not that kind of shoot. I mean, it is, but it's not, bro. I mean, it's a social media package of that, bro. You know what I mean?
Very nice.
But NDAs have to get signed and that, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Your kind of people still, bro. You know what I mean? Your Love Island people and that, bro. It's them kind of people, bro.
Yeah. Make sure you go and subscribe to all Savage's channels, guys.
Big up to everyone in the chat, bro, guys. Jamie, Cav,
and Jack, make sure you go online and watch his latest one of Winnie the Pooh and Blood and Honey. It's hilarious.
Oh, flipping hell, man! That is a flipping heck, I don't know who came up with that, but they're cracking, bro.
But yeah, go and do stuff, man.
Bro, obviously.
Go and do
I'll
stuff.
speak to you all. I'll just speak to you later, and I'll speak to all of you later, man. We'll see you later,
man.
All right, bro.
See you later,
yeah, man. Enjoy, lads. See you later. Big up, chat. Peace.
And I think Red Scat's got it, and let's face it, Red Scat's got it. Programmer saying Arthur might be more like Wijnaldum, not like Thiago. That was the sort of player I was thinking, because when I've watched Arthur myself play, when he played for Barcelona and the bits I've seen him play for Juventus, and when I've seen him play for Brazil, he is a player that likes to keep possession, move the ball around, retain possession, win possession back quite well. Very Genie-like. I think with Thiago's got a bit more of that special pass to him, ain't he? He's got that special pass where I think Thiago's a bit more no risk with his passing, and that's why his stats might be quite high. Because if you look at Thiago's stats might be a bit lower, just because his risk of passing is a lot higher.
Yeah,
but if his stats are high with that high risk passing, that just shows you how good Thiago is on the ball as well. So
and Thiago always try them passes that break the lines. That, to be honest, when you're watching the game, you can't even consider how he could even see it, let alone try it. So you're right, Jay. His pass succession may be less because, well, to be honest, he's fizzing like an absolute world-class ball in, and the players just aren't even up to that level of intelligence to think they're even going to get it there. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you see like the midfielders or like Bobby or someone drop into between the lines and they're just doing it like, because that's the type of movement you do in a game. And Thiago picks them out and they're like, what? I didn't realize this would get through to me. Yeah,
I mean, he's more of a safe passer, but there's nothing wrong with that. Look, Genie was a safe passer. That was his game. That was you know, it's not what he does naturally, but that's what Klopp wanted him to do, and it worked. You know, and people have been asking for that sort of player. So if that's the right player to come in and can be just a bit like Genie, and then fine. That's the midfielder we want. And then I've been saying it all the time. This is the players Klopp wants. He wants defensive-minded, good footballers in his midfield, and the rest of the creativity comes from elsewhere. That's what Klopp wants in midfield. We're never going to have these attacking-minded, goal-scoring midfielders all around our midfield because that's not what Klopp wants. It's not what Klopp wants. You all right now, Connor?
Yeah, sorry, I can't turn the camera on because I'm currently on my laptop. For some reason, my whole phone's just decided to die, and it's now updating itself. So apologies for that. But
that's all right, my man.
I hate it
right.
because I looked at my screen and I was like, I'm frozen all the time, and I'm like, oh, I hate it so much. So I've popped on the laptop quickly.
No, you're right. You're right. So yeah, that Liverpool aren't going to make any more deals. That is it now. Arthur's in. Ability-wise, Arthur will perfectly fit us for injuries are his own concern. I agree. Mm-hmm. It's another body. It's a player we've been asking. Maybe not the player we've been asking for, but it's a body in midfield, ain't it? And he's not a crap footballer. He's a decent footballer. Very good footballer, in fact. He just needs the right team. Juventus don't suit his way of playing, and that's why he don't play. Same with Kulusevski. That's why he went to Tottenham. They don't suit the way Juventus want to play. So, yeah, they have to leave. And it's World Cup year. He wants to go to the World Cup with Brazil. He must have some kind of reassurances that he's going to play a little bit. So, it's going to be. It's going to be. It's true. If he wants to get in the Brazilian national team for the World Cup, everyone wants to go to the World Cup, right? He'll want to go with Brazil to the World Cup. He must have some reassurances that he is going to get some game time being on loan at Liverpool.
And not only go to the World Cup, Jay, Brazil will want to win this World Cup.
Yeah.
So, this guy, he wants to be in that squad because if, and he wants to play. But even if he's not playing that as much as he'd like, look, Brazil got a great chance at winning it. And if he does, he wants that medal. He wants that trophy on the mantelpiece.
No doubt, mate. No doubt. I mean, I'm happy with it. It is what it is. It's a player no one was talking about, but we'll just go around quickly. Cav, happy with Arthur transfer?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm not over the moon, but I'm happy.
Jack?
Yeah, just leave it at that.
John?
I'll take it.
Yeah, take it. Connor?
Sure, why not?
There you go. There you go. I mean, we'll see how the season goes on. Hopefully he gets signed up in time, being the squad against Everton. Might even start against Napoli in the Champions League. And we'll see how we go, guys. We've got players coming back. Klopp has said that Jota will be back in training. Thiago after the derby. So players are coming back. So hopefully things can only get better from there on in. We might need Mo Salah to start finding his shooting boots again. But that
would be really nice if he starts scoring a few goals.
That could be a whole video on its own with Mo at the moment. But yeah, hopefully we bounce back. Thiago Jota will be back like the dead as soon as we play Arsenal and score a hat trick. So there's no worries there. That's his favourite team to play. But yeah, Arthur's in, guys. Loan deal. Hopefully he has a great season with us, and it's so good that we have to buy him. That's what we want at the end of the day. So we go end it there, guys, because we have been on for 2 hours and 40 minutes now talking about all this. So there's not much more we can keep talking about. But yeah, King Arthur, there you go. And then King Arthur swords are going to sell. Liverpool got any sense now? They start making some Liverpool like King Arthur swords and putting them in the shop. That's what you got to do.
We've got Arthur and Darwin. I've seen a tweet saying on Twitter we've got Cambridge University or something.
That's it. Right, guys. Before we go, Jack, let everyone know where they can find you.
Yeah, cheers, mate, for having me on. Appreciate it. Just Anfield Road TV, everyone. Obviously, hopefully we'll get the lads on later if they're available, mate. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. And everyone look after yourselves. And hopefully we get no more injuries. Nice one, mate.
No worries. John, let everyone know where they can find you.
Class Great Chats, YouTube and Twitter. I still have hope to make it one more for the end of Windows Championship. We'll see.
Big up.
Thank you very much for having on, mate. Appreciate it as always.
Always a pleasure, John. Connor, where can I find you, mate?
The Cop Council over on YouTube. I'd like to ask John is Frankie De Jong potentially the £100 million bid?
Yeah, apparently a team has bid 100 million for De Jong, so that's interesting.
Off.
Yeah, but thanks for having me on, Jay. So it's been a long time since I've been on, so yeah, thanks for having us on.
No, you're always welcome, John. Always welcome. And Cav, where can everyone find you?
You won't find me anywhere. No. I'll drop my my Twitter in the chat. You can follow me on there if you like, and we can chat football all day long. But Hugo Savage's channel, go head over to there, subscribe. We do a weekly, probably 2 a week now with the midweek games. We do a hangover show where we review all the Premier League games. It's a bit of fun, and we do what we can. So head over to there,
guys. Make sure you subscribe to everyone. Follow everyone on Twitter, guys. I'll put descriptions in after the video, guys. But yeah, thanks everyone coming on. I do appreciate it. And guys, I will see you all tomorrow. So yeah, Liverpool Everton preview. But should be a good one. Till then, guys, have a great day and see you all tomorrow.